That is good. Live.
You're doing it. Oh my gosh. We're live.
Oh no, I heard myself. The stream's open. The horror.
Uh-oh.
Howdy, chat. How's it going? Are y'all excited for break? We got Hime with us.
I like that my notes are right above Watts and they match color-wise. It makes me very happy.
Yeah. We're gonna see when I do this. How do the notes look? That could be better. Oh no, we know in spirit. We know you were here first in spirit.
Yeah.
Where do I want to put this? What if I just covered up chat? What about that?
No.
Just a little bit. Like,
you can't be doing that.
Like, look, that's not bad.
See, this would all be solved if you had this in page view instead of spread view.
But it's the spread matters. It was designed in the spread. Like look at this. This was meant for a spread.
Why?
That's just how, like, the indie scene is. They're all about the spread.
I don't know if I agree. This doesn't have like 2-page art or anything. I feel like this would be perfect. I have it open in page view.
Oh, okay, Hime. Let's see.
Page view looks fine to me.
Wait, why did that not view? Single page. Okay. We're doing it live.
Yippee!
Hime is always very cute.
Thank you.
Cutest art.
It's true. Watts already said I'm the cutest.
That is true. It is official.
Because Watts doesn't lie, so.
Yeah, Watts is incapable
See,
of lying.
page view.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Spread view is like fine, but it's so inefficient.
I mean,
you use spread view so it looks pretty for a little bit, and then you put it away and use page view.
You're right.
I know, I'm always right. Duh.
So sassy.
No, that's just my natural response when a student says it, like, okay, you're right. I'm like, yeah, I'm always right. I had last year I had 2 different students because at my school the 8th graders, because they're basically seniors, they get to have like a yearbook quote that they choose.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 of them, their quote was about me.
Oh my god.
One of them is the, teacher name is always right, because I am always right and I say it all the time. And the other one said, don't ever argue with teacher name or you will regret it.
You are a very smart bird.
Sometimes, when I feel like it.
Well, you have to, choose when you're using the brain cell.
It's true. It's true. I only have one, so I have to be very selective.
Exactly.
But yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello. So I guess if you're not familiar with Break, it is a D20 fantasy TTRPG that's inspired by old school JRPGs and anime. It is created by 2 people, one the writer / system designer, and the other the artist and layout designer. It infamously took 10 years to make because, unfortunately, day jobs get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike a lot of sort of adventure fantasy TTRPGs, this solely uses a D20 as its single die and uses roll under for pretty much everything except for attacking, where you want to roll the target's defense or higher. It is a fairly procedure heavy if you're like used to OSR games, or at least I would say modern OSR games, or I guess NSR. But it has a lot of procedures for like crafting weapons, downtime, diplomacy. I have made a procedure for horse girl racing. That is a thing I've made.
Hmm.
Oh, welcome in, Crimson. Yeah, this is Break, the ENnie award-winning game. I won an ENnie for best family game in 2024. Hey, my auto shout out worked.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was. That thing has been a big pain to set up for whatever reason.
It looks great though. I'll have to. I need to do something like that too. It'll be fun.
Well, I homebrewed the Uma Musume. I homebrewed a horse girl species called the Galprint, and then I made track racing in a similar vein to Uma Musume.
But does this game have fishing?
It does actually, not
How
officially.
come I haven't gotten to play any?
Because you have to take the downtime for it. You have to it's up to you to do it. I'm just the world.
Well, last time we had downtime, I had to take care of a certain somebody. Actually, wait, I think the certain somebody had to take care of me.
Yes, it was the other way around. And plus the floating city ship doesn't have any fishing spots.
Well, that seems. Well, what? Does it have anything? Like no fountain? No koi fountain or something?
No.
That's messed up.
Well, actually, it probably does have like a koi pond or something, but that's on the top level where people aren't allowed to go unless they're special.
I can fly.
Can you?
Sort of. Kind of.
But yeah, the fishing minigame is on their blog, which in the pinned message that takes you to where you can get the game. Also, like a preview, as the Final Fantasy 14-esque copy pasta says. But the blog has over 10 years worth of stuff on it, including sort of random bits of mechanics that Ray, the designer, likes to put up there.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a good place we can start talking about us, the game we have played. That is your first time playing Break.
Mm-hmm.
And I've when did the Kickstarter, was that 24? Time doesn't mean anything anymore.
I have no idea.
I think it was 2024. That's when the Kickstarter happened. So been playing it for about 2 years. And it is officially my favorite game. It was the first non D&D game I ever saw, and that was back when Google Plus was still around, and I just saw some art when I was Google image searching, and then I was like, oh, pretty art, and then it led me to finding it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And the system is a sort of class-based. You have archetypes that you play within, and Break gets its name because of the characters, quote unquote, being broken. Like the niche they fill, they're extremely powerful within their niche, even if some of them aren't necessarily like combat potent. As you can see on the calling table, like Factotum, their thing is carrying a big backpack.
Yeah.
Or the Heretic is about summoning weird dudes. And it's kind of a gamble. But I guess we can go over that a little bit. Just so if people didn't catch when I was going over it Sunday. Is that when I did that?
I think so. It was recent. Yeah, I think it was Sunday. I was watching it from the hair salon.
Oh. I could just imagine one of the people looking over. It's like, what is this weird looking anime boy?
The thing is, it was my mother's hair salon.
Oh, okay. She's used to the weird anime boys.
Yeah, she's used to it at this point. She doesn't clarify when she's like, my child is a stream. She just says that my child live streams and doesn't clarify.
That's probably for the
So,
best.
so people are like, "Is it video games and stuff?" And she's like, "Sure,
Yeah, those video games, the Marios.
yeah, those." Yeah, that's what my child plays, Mario.
The Mario and Luigi's.
That's what everybody tunes in for, right? To watch me play Super Mario.
Yeah. Or
now I feel like I need to.
well, the Ratatat, whatever that game you was playing.
Ratatan.
Yeah, I mean,
I was about to say ratata, and I was like, wait, that's not right. Ratatan, tan ratatan. Yahoy, 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 hoy.
that's a little bit like Mario.
Sure.
You're just jumping up and down a lot.
Sure.
But a quick overview. Let's see here. So you have your calling, and the calling gives you your stats, which in Break you do not roll for stats. Your calling gives you a set progression for your stats, which you can modify a little bit. But generally, if you're choosing to play a murder princess, your murder princess stats are going to be the same. And then you have your species, which gives you a extra ability or two, depending on the specific one. And then you have your homeland and history, which gives you skills and items. And then quirk is a random feat that tends to be a positive and a negative. And the
Moida princess.
The Moida princess. Oh my god, I could see like a Jersey murder princess that got isekai.
It's because Edward is always saying Moida.
Is it bad when I hear Edward? I can only think of the one Edward.
No, it's VTuber Edward. The knitting VTuber. Mm-hmm. He's a good bean. Don't compare him to the other one.
But it wasn't that bad of a. It was.
They're very different people.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is not a people at all.
I mean, you're right.
I guess technically the other Edward is like a sheep, so maybe neither of them are people. Yeah, there it is. There's the emote. Moida.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
I know.
A Veep, if you will.
Yeah, it's true. Then that makes it sound like he's the vice president.
Oh.
Which honestly might be better than the vice president that we have. Actually, I don't know why I even said might.
Teddy Tedward, that's cute.
100%. Teddy Tedward, that is cute.
But as you can see, for a quirk like clear intent, you can communicate simple one-sentence ideas or commands without the need to speak. This is helpful when you need to keep silent or interacting with someone who doesn't speak your language, but you have a disadvantage. You have a snag, which is a disadvantage. So you roll 2d20s and keep the lowest of the two, or I guess rather the worst of the two, because sometimes you're rolling high, sometimes you're rolling low. But when you attempt to lie to someone, you have to roll with disadvantage. I guess I can show off which we'll do the Rhinecko. As you can notice, interestingly, the species are in their birthday suit almost. I like to assume that what happened was it's like someone made this, like this is an in-world like book almost, and someone was like, "Hey, I'm making a thing about all the people you need to strip down." But the Rhinecko, which means Thundercats, they have two abilities. One is you get a Purview, which is essentially a skill, and that gives you a +2 bonus on obsessing over gadgets, magitech, and other curious technology. And it's up to the players to sort of figure out how that works. And then another one is an edge on all insight rolls related to the senses, and edge is advantage. So that's almost like a bit like an extra bonus purview, because you get an edge instead of a bonus. Honestly, for the most part, I think the one that gets most people is, and I wish I had the Hime Don't Look sticker. I think this is the one that gets people the most.
Oh.
It's just
appreciate the diversity though.
yeah, exactly. I think Break does a really good job on having a lot of different like body shapes and people of color and just all around different people in a which you would expect when this is about like a whole world rather than a specific
You
area.
would expect that, but you've seen how many isekai anime all the people seem to look the same.
Yeah, or when they decide to have beast folk in them and they're
Yeah.
enslaved.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, I forgot what I was watching, but there was it was a video essay that was talking about Sword World, and apparently where that isekai trip came from is from Sword World, because
Oh, interesting.
beast folk or most like sort of like in D&D, but it's a little bit more extreme where like monstrous species are like just straight up seen as evil, like they don't have like souls or something.
Hmm.
So that's where it seems like that came from.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why when I watch my trash isekai, I turn my brain off as much as physically possible.
Yeah.
But here's one of the callings: a battle princess. They wield bright magic and martial prowess, so they're like a paladin in D&D terms, but a lot more sweeter and cute.
Yeah.
Like, look at that smile. And they get a summonable weapon that they sort of manifest into their own shape, and they can pick the shape it takes. And they get a shield that they can use on people called a Shield of Love, and they get a magical companion, sort of like a magical girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that is good enough, and at least from my experience, you can speak on this a bit more, Hime. But character creation, while it can influence, solo TTRPG play, like there's a lot of solo TTRPGs that are essentially like D&D-esque. That the classes themselves aren't affecting the specific sort of play routine of soloing.
Yeah. I don't know. I've only played in a campaign with like one other person in the party, so it's pretty almost solo, I guess, but it's been interesting. I don't know how much heavy lifting you have to do to adapt like battle to work for two people.
Oh, hey Raven, how's it going? But honestly, I haven't adapted that much. Oh yeah, happy lurk. Always typing wrong. Like I've had to adapt it some, but for the most part, Break doesn't assume like a CR rating. It's like it has the monster categories, which I guess I can switch over to that real quick while we're talking about it and look at some of the cool art. Which one do I want to do? We'll do the Skellyman, because I think the Skellyman has like mooks are generally meant to be I want to say they equal like 1/4 of a PC. So a mook of rank 1, it would take like 4 roughly to equal a single player character in sort of power and capability. And then you have bosses, which at least when I first started like really learning Break, my brain always just assumed a boss meant something that was strong enough to like fight against the entire party. But in Break, a boss means it is equal to a single player character of the same rank.
Yeah.
And then mega bosses are the ones that equal an entire party of a same rank. So a party of rank 6 should technically be able to have a good fight with a rank 6 mega boss. But in my experience, that like you can't have just the mega boss in a fight. It will, because all the party members were just like targeted.
The one.
Yeah. So they
have to have minions.
Yeah, and like the Skella Monarch does sort of have stuff that works with having minions on the field. But I think one thing that helps Break, even though from my experience, break characters are able to like punch a little bit up their quote unquote like level, is that, you know, if the characters are having a hard time, there is just straight up a mechanic for running away from a fight that is relatively forgiving. Like,
Yeah.
you are assumed to be able to run away outside of, you know, random in like session stuff that happens, like if you got trapped or whatever. But you can run away, but there's a chance you might get hit, which, you know, could potentially like bring down a party member or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think that being in the game helps a lot with, you know, if you are at a, you know, lower player count. And the overall, I think the injury system helps a lot, because when your character, you know, your character is able to still fight once they go to 0 hearts.
Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, it's been one of the easier things for like prepping for low party count. And from I did the thing I ran before y'all, I think it was 6 players in that.
Yeah.
And
imagine how different that was.
Yeah, I always struggle once the player count gets sort of high, especially when you're playing with like confident players that like know everything and know what, like, how to build stuff. It can get pretty challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I think balancing for a lot of people is probably more difficult than balancing for a smaller channel. Or not channel. Why did I say channel? It's party. Like smaller party.
So I guess this is a thing. Like, obviously, if you, because I know, like myself, I tend to gravitate towards playing a single character with like a, you know, like a henchman or a sidekick of some kind when I'm doing solo, rather than having a full party.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the thing that could like use some changing, because of how injuries work. When you reach 0 hearts, you take an injury, and that could be dangerous if you're only playing with a single character, especially one that's more geared towards combat. So I think having that change to where you only take an injury like when you're at 0 hearts and then get hit, rather than getting hit, going to 0, and then like taking injury, and then you like heal, go back to 0, take another injury.
Yeah.
But let's see. I don't think gear. I guess I can go through the gear just because, you know, people like seeing gear. But the followers, which is under the gear section, like, it's pretty. I'd say they're pretty manageable. Especially like the scamp. That's probably the easiest follower to get, because you either pay them 10 stones, which is like equivalent to 10 copper, or you just feed them.
Yeah, we feed them. That's nice. I do like that they're listed in the gear section.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense, because, you know, players, that tends to be where their eyes gravitate, is the gear, so they'll see all that. You know, that's actually something I thought of, is that like, actually, because I'm a weirdo like that. I'd like playing like non like class stuff. Like, I actually play in the campaign in 5e, where I played a sidekick using the like sidekick rules that came out, and I think Icefire, and I had a lot of fun with that. So I think you could just play as one of these, is like a level 0 thing.
Yeah. Zakari, yes, you could be a scamp. We just gotta keep you fed.
That's how we build the army. Come, children, I will feed you and you will fight.
Seems like, I don't know how I feel about that.
There was that, like, in the, I forget which like holy war it was, but there was like straight up like an army of children that like marched across Europe.
Yeah.
History is a wild thing. We don't need fantasy for what
Right.
stuff we've done.
True.
But in a similar thing with followers, you have pets, which, you know, you could have a bug if that's we know some bugs.
Yeah.
And then the pudge grub, the most useless of pet. Oh my god, we could totally do a parody.
The pudge grub.
We could do a parody of the Magikarp song that is the pudge grub song.
That would be very cute.
Because it is very very useless.
Very silly and sad, but it's so cute.
It kind of reminds me of an old man.
But it's so cute.
I guess I can read this. About the size and weight of a ripe watermelon, these bright, doughy creatures waddle harmlessly all over Outerworld. They are easy prey, but survive through frequent asexual division, most commonly used as low-maintenance livestock. They also have practical uses for adventurers.
Nice.
So far in all the people I played with, no one has use the pudge grub in devious ways.
That's good.
Even though it's sort of hinted at, if you look at the ability directable decoy, if urged in one direction, pudge grubs will trundle away until prompted to stop or go in another direction, much like a clockwork toy.
I like the delicious decoy.
Mm-hmm.
But also they're edible.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
They're like tofu.
Emergency rations. They look yummy. They look like a marshmallow. What's the practical use? You can eat them.
Yeah.
Eat them.
Or use them as bait.
Yeah. So you eat them or you let somebody else eat them.
Exactly. But so far I haven't seen anyone do that. But there are more sort of followers, the mounts that, and they're on the, I actually haven't seen anyone use mounts outside of the...
I'm a bird, okay? You think it's weird that I want to eat this worm-looking thing? I'm a bird. It's in my nature.
Yeah, birds will eat anything. Their own kind.
It's true. I've been working on it. You know, gathering some more basil, sprinkling it on eld every chance I get.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Actually sounds really good right now.
I actually had fried chicken today. I had two different kinds.
I had a sandwich.
Oh yeah. But the Shaggy Bumpo is the only mount I've seen, and it was never used in combat. But you know, I think in terms like if you are playing solo and like a solo character, like there's enough sort of non-PC options for you to have to like fill out stuff, or just, you know, if you end up finding a character that gets introduced, like Arlen, for instance.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, at least there is no, I guess not canon's not the right word. There's no official Hot Wolf boys yet in Break.
Not well. Yeah, that's true. You have to make some more. We need Arlen to exist in every universe.
I have made a homebrew Hot Wolf man species.
I'm literally eating that right now. You're eating L right now? When I haven't gotten a chance to? That's messed up.
Well, luckily there's plenty of Eld to go around with the whole Eldritch entity thing.
Yeah, I feel like he can just regenerate.
Exactly.
You know. So I don't know why he's making such a big deal out of it. I could have an unlimited supply of fried chicken, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, who wouldn't want that?
Right? What a nice friend. Fix my computer, let me take a couple bites here and there, you know.
Oh my god. But I'm not sure when it will come out, maybe the species book that's being worked on, but there is like a sort of almost druid calling species combo that turns into like big wolves. So if you're into giant wolves, it will be there eventually.
Yeah.
Do you think we need to go over the game basics, or do you think like the more
I
procedure
think
stuff?
you did that already. Yeah. I feel like some of that will kind of come up as we play, as we talk to. Plus, you had a whole stream where you were talking about this game already.
Yeah, but I didn't. I only went over the character creation because the character
What else
creation.
is there?
I'm
Just kidding.
I mean, you're right. It is half the book.
Oh, Abaya wants it. Okay.
Okay.
I stand corrected. Go for it.
Let's see. That goes up. One thing, break is it breaks down like a lot of stuff that if you've played TTRPGs for a while that you already you already get. But I think honestly, I think that's why it won best family game, because you could just hand this to a kid that is, I would guess like around 12, 10, and they would be able to like figure out how to run a TTRPG from this. But the base mechanic is rolling a d20, and you want to roll your attribute or lower, and that is the majority of the game outside of attacking people, where you want to add your attack bonus, and you want to hit their defense or higher. And everything is just d20. There's no other dice. And outside of snags and edges, you typically only roll one die at a time. See, managing game time. So, interestingly, Break's setting of Outer World is split into different, I was about to say time zones, but it's not that, but cycles of the day. It's stuck in a perpetual night, perpetual day, and then twilight in the middle, because there is the sun machine that was destroyed some time ago, and it is stuck over a specific part of the world. So that is something that I've seen people sort of struggle with, because people are used to there being day and night and people keeping track of time. But in the world of Break, they're kind of just like, whatever. Which makes sense, like people, they get used to how the world is, so if they are stuck in permanent night, they're just gonna eventually shrug it off. Which I think that is a fun
just get used to it
thing, like for isekai characters, because like people are so familiar with fantasy stuff now, like that does actually add some sort of dissociation with the world, because people are naturally not used to that. But there it goes over rolling dice. So there are, I would guess it would be 3 different sort of modifiers to dice. You have bonuses, which can be minor bonuses and major bonuses, which are static, even though you could roll, like, if for whatever reason it's like, oh, you only get a +1. But I think especially with d20s, +2 and +4, that is a good, because that's like a 10% increase each time. So, and then penalties, which is negative, and then the edges and snags, which is rolling the dice. And here's the focus rules, and I think this is where you can see where Break sort of shines in its layout of how things are separated, and everything is hyperlinked nicely.
The PDF is very, very friendly to use and easy to jump around to stuff. It's quite nice.
Hey Kes, how's it going? Like, it takes a long time to write that 10-year long essay that you want.
You had 45 minutes. Where's the solo rules? Well, Kai has to talk about the regular rules first.
Yeah. So checks and contests, I kind of already went over that. So you have your aptitudes, which are, let's see if I can remember it off the cuff of my head. It's honestly, it's been several months since I've played Break.
It has been, because sometimes we get together and we just end up talking about life.
Yeah, just end up yapping.
Let's
see, there's might, deafness, grit, insight, and aura. Okay, I actually remembered. I'm surprised.
So you actually can aura farm in this game.
Yeah, you can. You can aura max.
The kids will love it.
6, 7.
Oh, all right. I changed my mind. I'm leaving. Bye. Find another person to discuss this game
Oh,
with.
no.
Adios.
Where am I gonna find another
Juice.
solo TTRPG bird VTuber?
You can bring Kess on.
Oh no!
I'm also leaving.
The
Oh, never
birds are
mind.
flocking together.
The stream is too young for me.
Oh
What
no!
you've done. Look what you did.
Someone
Look what
had
you
to do
did.
it.
No, they really didn't. They really no. This did not have to happen, whatsoever. TBH.
We have to get used to it because it's gonna stay.
No. Oh my god.
It's like 420.
Oh, God. They still do that too.
Honestly, that's kind of surprising. I figured they'd moved on. But so with checks and contests, you want to roll your aptitude or lower, and a check is just making a single roll to, like, kick down the door or jump over a like a bridge. The seventh thing is, honestly, it's really silly. It's like, someone that like explained it to me, like how
From a song, it doesn't mean anything. It's just Gen Alpha is all about this absurdist humor that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, they get the reaction they want.
Yeah, I suppose.
And then a contest is people rolling off against each other. So depending on the situation, like if one person's wanting to like tackle someone, and they may roll might while the other person rolls their deafness. And the rules for this is a little take some getting used to. At least it did for me with the contest, like how you decide a winner. So if both people win, so both people succeed on their check, and then you have to go down this little list to see who actually ends up winning. So the first thing you check is if a contestant with a special success, which is a crit, and that is rolling your aptitude exactly. So if you have 12 might and you roll 12 on the die, and then if no one has that, then whoever has an edge wins. And if both or neither have an edge, then you go down to the person with the largest bonus, because you can have an edge and a minor or major bonus. And then if they both have that, then whoever has the largest penalty loses. And then if that doesn't get a winner, then it's the person who rolled the highest on the die is the winner. It took me a long time to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But
for some reason, I always forget. I don't know. For some reason, I always get Fabula Ultima and Break rules mixed up.
I mean, while mechanically they are very different, they
they are.
Aesthetically they are fairly similar.
And it messes with me. It messes with me a lot.
Well, see, the way it, at least in my brain, Fabula Ultima is just straight up Final Fantasy. It's very specific, and I wanted to be Final Fantasy. While Final Fantasy, certainly had some inspiration on Break. I think Crystallis and I think Secret of Mana are the bigger inspirations for Break, because Ray is always talking about Crystallis, or is it called like the God Slayer? Is that the other name for it? Because it's got two names, but also, like, Break is my special interest, so like nothing else matters in my brain, so
yeah,
that does help. And Link Contest, the final of these two, is essentially like a prolonged contest. So like if you're chasing someone down a street and it doesn't end in one round. But that is it for the the sort of general D20 mechanics.
Mhm.
And I think Journey is where the sort of main thing that, you know, if you were playing solo, this would be the stuff where you start actually getting into the
Yeah.
how soloable is it.
Yep.
So do you want to just for us to go like step by step, like actually start spending more?
Good. I made a little I don't know if you can see it. I made a little outline of like the stuff that we need to look at
Mm-hmm.
and figure out. I do like that it has this little journey procedure thing because it actually reminds me a lot of the one that's in Draconim with like this is how you go someplace.
Mm-hmm.
These are the procedures. You go here, you do this, you roll that. Um and even like the adventure map section, but then I guess the issue is like you have to make your own map.
Yeah. And
So
that
I
that
think
was
it would
something
be
I was
more
working
fun.
on.
Yeah, well, but I mean something where it's a hex crawl or a point crawl. Probably a point crawl makes more sense for this, and then you roll on a table for like what is there.
Yeah, and Break does have some of that in the Game Master section, but
Mhm.
I do think it does like need more oracles in that regard. But like
Right,
you can always use more
because
oracles.
we don't have a DM, so we need
Right.
Oracle. But yeah, I think specifically oracles for okay, when you go to this hex, here is what is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one for like what biome is it, and then okay, what is the weather like? Okay, is there a settlement? Is there a funny like point of interest? Was there like a ruin or a something, right? Especially because they do have the adventure sites. So probably you need a table that's just okay, is it nothing, a settlement, a port, an adventure site, and then from there you roll. Okay, it's an adventure site. What kind of adventure site is it? There's a cave. There's a hole in the ground. There's a ruin. But this is like because it's already it's a hex crawl or a point crawl. You could play it that way. I think just adding some tables for like what is it
Mm-hmm.
would be pretty simple.
Well, I guess a question for you is like let's say we have a blank adventure map. Do you think it would be better to like roll all of that at once or roll the general like, you know, is this an adventure site, is this a town, is this a, you know, whatever, and then once you actually get to that location you start like rolling down?
I think that's best. In Machine Gods, you wherever you start from, you roll 4 times on these tables to be like what is in your immediate vicinity, like what are the things that are nearest to you, and then you go from there. So
Mhm.
every time you move, you're generating which tiles are nearby, like touching that tile basically.
And I guess one thing to also consider is if a player has like an adventure, like a map, because that is like an actual item that you can have,
Yep.
and those. So I guess having like an extra like rule or, you know, like a sentence on how does the mechanics work if your character does have a map for a place that
I
you're
think for
generating a
that,
fly.
either there need to be some pre-made maps, or it could be like, okay, you have a map, therefore you may place these things. You don't have to roll to see where they randomly are. You get to decide, okay, here is a whatever 8x8 grid, and you may choose where these 5 major cities go. Here's a couple of adventure sites, and you choose rather than them being random.
Hmm. And the thing I was working on specifically was uh, I think that's called a dice drop map. So I
Hmm.
had like a piece
Oh
of
yeah.
paper, and then I had made some loose rules to
Hmm.
for like what the dice represent. Granted, I
Yep.
was using non D20 dice a little bit, at least when I first started, which is I guess that is technically a little um, anti-break.
Hmm.
But you know, I would roll the dice on the paper, and then I would just circle like around them, and that's what made the point crawl.
Yeah.
Which I guess, you know, depending on it, like if you know only play on a VTT, I think Foundry and Roll20, both of those would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know. At least I can only think of one that came out recently. I'm blanking on the name of it. It's like this whole thing is about map making.
There's quite a few at this point.
There's like something Terra. It came out last year.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but Cartograph. That's one of them. I still think Against the Wind is really good for map making too. Like I feel like the map making part of the game is more fun than the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Cesar Kapakli, you're a genius. I don't know. I like the tool a little less than the actual, or more than the actual gameplay.
Mm-hmm. You know, not everything works for everyone the same way.
Yeah.
But so like with the journey for step 1, it mentions the GM will present a adventure map of the known local area and indicate where you are on the map. So I guess that is another thing. Like if you are generating a adventure map, like randomly rolling where your character starts, or you could assume that they start in the whatever town
Yeah.
they that you end up generating.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's another way you could, like, have you always have some sort of settlement, and you can decide like how big that settlement is randomly. But having the settlement, then having your character start there as a sort of base, even though I think it could be fun to, just randomly decide where your character is, sort of like Link waking up inside the dungeon and just being out in the wilderness in Breath of the Wild. But let's see, then you decide the map scale, which that will decide how many days between each point is, and that will essentially decide how many camp actions you get and how many random encounters you roll each day, which I think all of that is works pretty well in general, whether you're playing solo or playing in
for sure.
The getting lost stuff, that is essentially, that boils down to a d20 roll. And honestly, I don't think I've ever had getting lost come up, because there's usually someone that has the items so you don't get lost, or someone's a guide.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a lost table. Actually, I can...
That's funny.
Click here. So like Break does have a lot of d20 tables, and a lot of them are around the same amount of like percentages. I'd say they're like either like 1 to 5 or like 1 to 10, around that. So they tend to be the same percentages. But honestly, I do think it's funny. Like you just go in a big circle, even though sometimes I feel like that is a little silly, but I guess people actually do that.
Yeah.
Like my ass. I'm so bad with directions. Oh, because I pretty much only use the actual book, so I don't use... Oh, welcome in, Elle. We were just talking about you not too long ago.
Yeah, Elle, we were talking about you for a long time. You've been summoned.
Yeah, very tasty chicken. But I can
We were talking about how, because you're an eldritch creature, you are like sustainable and regenerating.
You don't have to apologize.
So we could have endless fried chicken.
Like Minecraft.
Wait.
we just started like a real life Minecraft farm. Just farming Elle all day, every day.
Yeah, Elle, can you just stand here inside of this fence for a bit?
Yeah. Endless fried chicken.
Yeah.
We cracked the market.
You just push a button and fried chicken comes down.
Take that, Colonel.
Chicken has left the chat. No.
I'll make a chicken person species for you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm being attacked by a stink bug.
Oh.
Get away from me, stink bug. But we can click here.
Alice, like, what is this? Why is this always happening to me?
I mean, we're not the ones that decided chicken. Everyone knows chicken's tasty.
That's true. You made the choice to be a chicken.
Exactly. So I think for the most part, we don't need to focus too much on like the specific mechanics of like travel between different points of interest. That's
Yeah.
that's just some general mechanical stuff.
Add that to mine. Let's see.
Trailblazing. Map encounters. So I guess this is another thing that if you were playing solo, you would have to make on your own. And I guess either having just a bunch of like having biome, like random biome encounter tables pre-made, that would be useful for like an oracle. So you don't necessarily have to make them on your own. Or you could, have you seen any solo TTRPGs that have like very generic encounter tables that you can then sort of flavor more? So like instead of having, you know, bandits specifically like in Rift Breakers, it is just like warrior.
Okay. The sentence was a little long and I like only processed about half of it.
That's fair. So have you seen any solo TTRPGs that have very generic like random encounter tables that you then like build onto rather than just having specific stat block for say bandits? Sort of like how
Yes. Okay.
Fabula
So
Ultima
in
released
well,
those
yeah. Well,
generic
okay.
stat
So,
blocks on
well,
Patreon.
we played Across 1,000 Dead Worlds, and there are no predetermined stat blocks in that game except for like the big bosses. So all of the other creatures you just generate based on like how big is your party, and so then it generates a certain monster. So obviously, the bigger your party, the tougher they are, or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there's one. You would just roll for it. You roll for like what type of monster is it, what type of behavior does it have, what are some of its moves that it likes to use. So all of that is like you get to determine it.
Mm-hmm.
Which might be nice because that makes it more scalable, because that's always like a big issue with adapting party games to being played solo, is like how do you adapt combat so that it still works for one person, or so that it's still compelling, because otherwise you're just playing chess against yourself.
Yeah. And Break does have a pretty good like rules for how you make your own monsters, but I think having like, you know, sort of more generic stuff that you can then build off of would be good, because like if you look at the stat blocks for the monsters, there is a lot of effort that went into sort of the flavor and the world building of each monster, and that's sort of why the book doesn't have as many adversaries as a lot of people would like, because people love monster books like this. For the blighted demons, which are sort of, they are like mook demons, there is 4 pages.
Oh, yep, that's not very much at all.
Well, I mean, that's a lot for a single monster entry.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so this is like if Zombie was 4 pages long.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a lot of effort goes into it. So I think that could be one of the more difficult things if you are playing solo, especially if you're not used to, you know, making monsters.
Yeah.
What is one of the bigger monsters in here? I'll show this just for fun. It's just a mean cloud.
That's an actual monster?
Yeah, that is an actual thing in the game. It's just a mean cloud that makes your day bad.
That's actually so funny. Understandable.
But like this might be the strongest monster in the game. It is like a specific person, or I guess a specific being that is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages long.
Interesting.
Like me personally, I find it very easy to make stuff for break, but it just like on top of me having a lot of experience with it, it does sort of just work naturally with my sort of design instincts of like think of cool thing and then figure out how you do the mechanics after.
Yeah.
So I think that might be one of the more tougher things of generating random encounters on the fly that
Yeah.
have enough variance to them. So generic stat blocks of some kind, or I guess just reskinning a lot. But let's see, we were in Journey, then we got onto random encounters, I think.
As it goes.
So this is the camping section, which I think that works fine in itself. And then that's where you're supposed to fish. Hime is right here, when you camp. Instead of fawning over
busy
your
dealing with other things when we camp, like hoping that a turnip scarecrow thing doesn't kill me or that we don't get betrayed by these little legally distinct soot sprites.
Yeah,
How
but
am I supposed to focus on fishing when there's all these deadly things about?
you just gotta want to fish hard enough, obviously.
Well, I want to be alive a little bit more than my desire for fishing, really.
Well,
one must be alive to go fishing, don't you think?
What about if someone made a fisherman calling? You'd be like a goon, smacking people with a fishing rod.
Oh yeah, gone. Yeah. I don't know. I think I would need another character. I don't know if the bird would want to go fishing when there's such deadly things about.
Things haven't been that deadly.
Yeah, but she's paranoid. Doesn't matter if they're actually deadly or not.
That's true. I guess that's what happens when you go on your first adventure and then there's a scarecrow man that falls in love with you.
Yeah. She's got some, it's a lot. It's a lot to go through.
But we're on to the explore section, which is the how you move through adventure sites, which are the main adventuring. What's the word I'm looking for? Main adventuring action that your characters are wanting to do. Oh, welcome in, Cole, and happy birthday.
Hello. Is it their birthday? That's awesome.
Yeah. And we got... Do we have D&D tomorrow? I think we have our final D&D session of 5 years tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Final,
last.
That's wild.
And then I guess we're going to be playing Warhammer Fantasy or whatever.
Yeah, Warhammer. EB.
But Old World, not Age of Sigmar.
Oh, my interest has sharply plummeted.
Well, Nagash is in both, so...
My interest has been piqued once more.
Oh, one more. Okay, so we're on the penultimate session. Okay. But for the Explorer procedure, we start with you decide how your character enters the adventure site, which I don't necessarily think that requires anything. Though I guess like entrances, that would be part of why when you're like rolling up the adventure site itself, you would want some point that says like this is the entrance to the adventure site, and then figure out from there is what type of entrance is it, like if it's a bridge or a gate or a door. And then you pick your exploration positions, which is sort of like your marching order that you well, I don't think marching order comes up that much anymore in D&D. Like there's not specific roles that like in in 5e that characters need to take. But on this it does have specific mechanics that I don't know if that's came up too much when we played, because especially when you're when it's just two player characters, I feel like it's a little bit better to be a little bit more loose and forgiving.
Just realized that this journey thing on page 225, there's one very similar to it in the Legends of Akaroth.
225. Oh.
Yeah. It is nicer.
Oh, about the different terrains?
Yeah, although I think it might make it... I feel like there's more to consider when you're making a map if you've got to consider all of these things. But that's why I like hex crawls and point crawls. More point crawls because I'm lazy, and drawing a hex is like a hex map. I get picky about all the tiles looking nice.
So I will say in the Game Master section, when that gets into like generating stuff as a Game Master, it does actually speak about like different terrains. So like enrolling different types of terrain. And that is something when I was working on the solo stuff I had, was how many terrains are in the adventure map. But that is that is something important to consider, like having oracles for different types of terrains. Let's see. Then there's also the movement type, which is how you're like if your character's moving fast or slowly, which I think that's just a decision the player would make, regardless of solo or not. Okay, I think where like for exploring and like which would get into like generating adventure sites, is more on the in generating counters and the like boss or whatever the focal point of the adventure site itself. So I don't think we need to go too much into that, just because it's the same thing. We need ways of generating encounters on the fly with oracle tables. But the guardian counters, which when I first started playing, confused me a little bit, because I just like I was thinking more of like the guardian of the adventure site itself. But the guardian counter is just like the thing that's in the room. Like, so like let's say one of the points in the adventure site is a library, and the guardian counter could be the librarian. So it's not something that's like the overall like boss or whatever. But
I have to go to the bathroom really quick. I will be right back.
Yeah, we're getting close to getting to a break. Get it? Break? We're getting close to a break.
Anyway, I'll be right back.
I will entertain the chat. But one thing that I really love about break is the attention to showing the world off, like in the variants in it. Like we have a rock golem, which is mana infused things are rocks, and then we have a goop, which is like an evil slime that has grown past its sort of baby cute stage. Then we have a sentient hologram, which is just like that is like a sci-fi thing mixed in with the typical fantasy stuff you see. And then another sort of sci-fi thing, a drone. And with this example, it shows off that all this stuff is sort of commingled together with typical fantasy stuff, and then typical sci-fi stuff with just people trying to get by. And for negotiate, there is sort of a procedure if you're wanting to like convince someone to do something, or like maybe convince like a boss, like a dragon or something, not to eat you. And I don't necessarily think there's any solo stuff that would apply that would need to be done. It would just be like entering combat. This is verbal combat a little bit.
Returned.
Welcome back. I was talking about the negotiation procedures. I don't think there's anything that is needed in that from a solo perspective, outside of, I guess, in the sort of oracle side of generating random encounters, you would want to maybe like have something that well, actually no, that's what the mood tables are for in the monsters. The mood tables are like the encounter's disposition to the party. So I don't even think you don't need anything for that, because you would generate that when you encounter the thing. So I don't think there's anything needed for a negotiation. That, but I can go over the general rules. Is that you pick a leader for the negotiation, then they make a check. And that's something I like about Break. While it does have like specific rules that function in different ways, and if you're like short of time, you can just say roll a d20 and not necessarily have to engage with the more in-depth rules.
Yes, it's difficult because, well, for the negotiation, if you're by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
How do you roll for like how it's going?
Well, I think you would just follow the steps. Like if you are by yourself and like, you encountered a dragon or whatever, and it wasn't immediately hostile, you would just go through because you can do a negotiation by yourself. But you could, like, if you have party members, they can like influence it and give you bonuses. But in general, it's specific person makes the roll against, that is a contest against the thing you're trying to negotiate with.
I guess you just I feel like there should be some more guidelines so you can determine what type of I don't know, how do I put this? Like, I feel like there need to be some guidelines, otherwise again, it's that whole like you're playing chess against yourself. I mean, I guess it is still a roll. It just, I don't know. I feel like it needs to have some nuance of like, how is this negotiation going, rather than it just being like it succeeds or it doesn't succeed. Because when you have a DM or you have other people around, you can sort of role play like, oh, I'm gonna try saying this to you, and then this negotiation happens. But when you're by yourself, it could be a little.
And you don't think necessarily the like mood table would kind of functions like that for like, let's go over to.
I mean, can you use the mood for negotiation too?
Well, I'm saying like the mood decides how the creature is feeling towards you. And then if you're like, the dragon, for instance, if its mood was like, let's say not hungry, then like wouldn't that like affect the negotiation a little bit?
Yeah, probably.
Let's do the Gigagroon. Is that like a sentient creature for the mood table? 1 to 5 is good, so that's like the good or beneficial mood. And it says the Gigagroon is accompanying a local child out on an errand. They are in good spirits. And then the negative one is aggro mode. The Gigagroon is suffering a boredom-induced rampage, and now it has seen the PCs. So obviously that would you'd just be like going to combat immediately.
I see.
But I see you're saying like, having something like a little something extra.
Yeah, because otherwise it's a lot of heavy lifting for the solo player to be like, cool, you you roll, you won the debate, so what happens? And you have to
Mhm.
completely decide this is what happened. That's a lot.
I guess that's where like is it spark tables? Is that what those called? That's like like
Yeah.
the just having like generic spark tables to go off
Yeah.
of. So like when you feel like you're about to get in that thing, you have something to
Inspire.
yeah. Let's see. Negotiate. Tactics. Yeah, I think. Yippee!
Yippee!
How's it feel to be petting Watts while also on stream? So you're, I guess you're not hearing yourself. You could probably have it muted.
I have
So
the sound. Yeah, I have the sound muted, but I know in spirit. It's not about the yippee. It's about patting the best boy.
Oh, best boy. So combat, that is probably the most in depth of break stuff, but it it's still fairly light compared to other stuff. And outside of, I guess, having some way of like knowing, not having to choose what a monster is going to do. So like, Black O stuff tends to have like a thing you roll, right?
Yeah.
So I guess having, luckily the monsters do all have abilities, so maybe like just keying those abilities to a d20 roll.
Yeah.
Like, let's look at the Kill Servant, for instance, which is just really cool. Like they have, let's see. So an interesting thing about Break's abilities, not all of them are like, there are passive abilities, and some of them are like, this creature has armor. Like that is an ability. So I guess that is something that would need to be in consideration, is having some way of generating what the creature is going to do on its turn, rather than like you said, playing chess with yourself.
I think the way that it's been developed for Choir of Flesh with Black Oath is probably my favorite, because then it's like every enemy has what they do during a normal attack, what they do during so it's like a normal attack, a special attack, and then a support action.
Mm-hmm.
And then you roll a table based on how much health they have. And so for example, if they're at full health, they're more likely to just do a regular, like their normal attack action. Whereas if they're at 50% health, they're more likely to do a support action or something,
Okay.
And so I think each enemy having 3 or 4, like maybe 4 moves, and then you just rolling for like what they do based on a couple of features. And then being like, okay, well, this is a melee enemy, so it's going to try to get in close and smack you. Whereas, okay, a ranged enemy is going to try to keep distance. So if you get too close to it, it's going to do a special attack to make distance or something,
Mm-hmm. So I guess one way, like just a, off the cuff way of doing that without, making a whole bunch of extra stuff would be to have a attack table of some kind that could be like normal attack. Then you have special attack, which would be the characters doing a attack stunt. And for Break, an attack stunt is you attack and do a cool thing. So that cool thing could be sweeping the enemy's leg out from under them, or jumping on a chandelier and like jumping across and attacking from up in the air. So that could be that. And then a third thing could be like using a special ability. And then, like you said, the fourth thing could be like a supportive action.
Yeah.
Granted, not all of the creatures like have unique abilities that are like an active thing they do.
And some of them don't in Black Oath too. So for special ability, it'll just say like none. Use normal attack.
Yeah, so I guess in that case, it would just be using the like attack stunt again.
Right.
Let's see, where were we? We're in fight. So that, I guess the thing would be generating zones. I think that could use a decent bit of either like a solo procedure for generating battle zones, or going like a lot of Black O stuff is very just simple. There's no like terrain from at least what I remember. There's not like
It depends on the game.
okay.
Because let's see, Machine Gods definitely has terrain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, well, so Choir of Flesh has terrain too.
Does it have terrain that has like specific abilities? Like, let's say the terrain is fire, so if you step in that terrain thing, you take like damage.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like, there's a cursed idol here. If you step near this terrain, something happens to you.
And how does it generate that?
You roll for it. So when
Okay.
you start combat, you just roll on a table to be like, how much terrain is there? And then you roll to see what terrain it is.
Okay. Honestly, I think that's relatively easy and could be transferred over to Break pretty easily, because it does have the specific. I believe it's in Perils. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's the area condition. So it does have specific ones, like cramped being you don't benefit from your speed rating for defense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that works out pretty well. Everything will be for the most part basic, unless I guess you rolled really high.
Yeah.
And I guess figuring out how you would randomly generate which areas have the unique terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess maybe using something like I mentioned before with like the dice drop, using something like that, you could generate a sort of points that would be your zones.
Yeah.
Let's see, more fight rules, which I guess if you're playing solo, the sort of gimmicky whoever shouts fight first is the one that starts.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't necessarily work, but I think you could have a roll for it to see who starts, but I think context, like in play, generally will decide that pretty well.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess we can go over I think it's in actions. It has the retreat thing. Let's see. Flee, yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, flee is an action that you can take. If a fight is not going your way, get out before all is lost. A fight will end if one side decides to flee as a group on their turn. Your GM may decide the team that takes flight must win a deafness contest to get away cleanly, with failure allowing the opposing team one final turn. And I think, just like if you're like still standing around enemies when you decide to flee, having to make a roll. And the injury table, I think that works really well.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think that might be it for fighting specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Because colossal combat, even though honestly I haven't had a chance to fight a big monster yet and break. But that at the end of the day, that still is just combat. Though I guess I could see, you could have like a standard fight table that you roll on to see what creatures do, and then have like a colossal table as well, just to have some variance.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the colossal creatures do have, I think they all do share like some like colossal like stats. That might not be necessary. Perils, those are essentially like non-combat stuff that pops up, like falling or getting burned. I don't necessarily think there's anything needed. I guess when you're generating the adventure maps and adventure sites, that you would just roll that into when you're generating it, having whether this is a area that has a peril in it or not, and if you need to make an encounter.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ailments, like becoming a jelly. Which honestly, like, you know, being a slime sounds cool. Maybe not that
Yeah.
kind of slime because it specifically says it's a curse. But
Yeah.
see, downtime again. I think that works really well for solo because it gives you defined actions that you can take while you're, after an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Solo bonds, I guess. Do you think there would need to be anything like for when, like, if you do have other party members or sidekicks or whatever, do you think there should be something that tells you it's like these characters, have a chance to form a social bond rather than you just deciding
Yeah.
now is the
I
time?
think there should be, but my relationship section in ballads is like super long, so there's a lot of
Yeah.
nuance to it.
Well, I guess that is baked into downtime. That is a specific action you take during downtime.
Yeah.
So,
but again, there needs to be some sort of table or rules for like this is how it goes. Otherwise, it's like cool. During downtime, you can progress a bond, and then you have to decide everything.
well, I mean, there is it's not like as in depth, but there is like rules of you need to make a check to see if the characters do form a bond or not. And then I believe let's go to where is socializing. Here we go. You've got a chance to spend some quality time with a lonely spouse, worried parent, or traveling companion. It's just what you need to raise your flag spirits. You can temporarily increase your heart's total. We don't necessarily need to worry about that. Okay, so if you succeed on your socializing thing, you then have the chance to form a bond with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe, I think once the bond is formed, you don't, I guess when you form a bond and say you do it again, that would mean that you're updating the relationship, what it is. So like, if you'd been friends for all this time and then you do it again and you decide now is the time that they start being romantic. So I guess having, something that, have something so you don't necessarily have to decide it for yourself. That's like, oh, it's time for these people.
Exactly.
But I guess that's a good question of what do you do? Like, is it like a random table that you would want to have that you roll on? It's like, do these people want to change their bond?
Probably like mood and then, check. So how does it go? And then maybe a table of like general happenings, like good happenings or bad happenings during a conversation or like bond building time,
Mm-hmm. No, I guess that, like an oracle table that you could roll on to decide what the bond becomes. So like a chance that, it went from a friendship to like a begrudging partnership.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see, crafting. I think that, that is part of downtime. So I don't think anything, I guess rules for, like more rules for coming up, because I think some of the stuff is kind of ad hoc, like making, if you just want to make a random potion, like normally a GM would decide, it's like, I collected this fire slime, what kind of potion can I turn this fire slime essence into?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess having a little bit more stuff on that, even though there is plenty of rules for crafting in itself.
Yeah.
But I think in general that I think that is the main takeaway I'm getting is just having lots of like oracle tables. Like that's always gonna help.
Yeah.
I guess outside of the Tome of Adventure design that's like, I don't know, like a 10-pound oracle table.
Yeah.
Let's see. Magical materials that. So yeah, I think like, You know, me personally, like I like like when I'm playing solo, I like just sort of getting to sit and think like, what is this thing that I don't have really any mechanical guidance from? And just like thinking of what it can be. I enjoy that, but obviously I know a lot of people like having the structure for everything where they just get to roll and stuff.
Yeah.
More crafting. Crafting mishap, so that I think that is that's just generally good. So honestly, more stuff like that that's not necessarily mishap related. Okay, this is the sort of world section, which I get. One thing I worked on when I was making solo stuff is I turned because this is a D20, whatever the word is for a 20-sided thing. I essentially just made that
rolling stuff.
a random table of where does your character start out from, which I don't necessarily think that's necessary. I do think it's fun. But I did end up making like another area just because if you look, some of this is just ocean.
Yeah.
So actually adding some more locations here, be it like small islands or whatnot. And I think this does a decent job of just giving you ideas that you can pull from, but having more like location based oracles or like region based oracles that give like themes that you can roll on. So I think we can skip this, but just looking through the pretty pictures. Gray worked so hard.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Okay, this is where a lot of
it wasn't what black text on white background.
I know.
It kills the burb. My eyesight is not good.
Look, we unfortunately have to live in a light mode world.
I hate it. I hate it here.
Hey, if someone ever made like a PDF reader that had like a really good like dark mode thing that could turn like, I don't know how they do it. However, the coding.
Need to have a dark mode version for Break. Like this is light mode core. Why did they do this? Why can't you at least make the background like gray or something?
I will say, actually reading it, the actual book is not too bad.
Yeah, like the design is great, but it's like.
Well, I mean, like actually reading the physical thing, it was.
Well,
yeah,
like, because
I do have.
When you're reading a book, the pages being white is fine, but when you're looking at it on the screen, it's ouchy.
You know what? They just just someone go in and just hit fill on the white and make it black.
Yeah, why did they do that?
Because it looks pretty. That's why.
But it hurts the eye. How are you liking reading through Break, Hime? It's good. I've played Break before. This is not my first time reading through it. I'm just reading through it with a different eye this time.
A different brain. We've uploaded different brain cells.
Brain cell.
Okay, let's see. I think obviously I don't think we need to go into.
It's also wild going through this because the music I have in the background is like metal covers of sea shanties.
that
like
is.
Drunken Sailor just came on as we're looking at this page about like during a session.
I think I have like something arcade playing. Fantasy arcade. That is what is.
Yeah, see, the benefit is not streaming is I can do listen to whatever the heck music I want. No lo-fi for me.
I would be listening to Sleep Token. Maybe, you know what? I'm fine hitting up random people. Maybe I should just DM Sleep Token and be like, hey, can I use your music on stream?
You might be able to. Sometimes they really don't care.
Yeah. It's like I talk about you all the time, almost as much as I talk about Break. The autism, it cannot be stopped.
Yeah. So far I have a 2 for 2 of like asking, these dungeon, what's it called? Wow, I cannot remember the name of the genre of music. Wow, the
Dungeon.
name just like popped out of my head.
I
But it's
am.
like, you know, those are the dungeon synth
That's it. You did it.
music. I think it is just called dungeon synth. Anyway, I have 2 for 2 because both of them that I messaged was like, can I listen to your music on stream? And they were like, yes.
Well, to be fair, Sleep Token is like a multi-million-dollar band
Still.
with like a
You never
record
know.
label.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
s-
never know.
I mean, that's true. You never know. Let's see. Creating an adventure. I think this gets back into the just needing more Oracle tables, but this does have a generic adventure table for deciding what type of adventure it'll be.
Yeah,
So I
like I
think-
feel like with the rules, they already sort of have these are headings for your eventual table, you
Yes.
know, but you still have to flesh out the table.
So I guess that's that's a good thing if Ray listens to this at some point. You know, that is a good thing. Like these are headings to make.
Yeah, this is just you just need the tables now. Like what goes in the table.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Kat. What do you want?
So like quest givers that could have its own Oracle table.
Yeah, you gotta have an NPC table.
Yeah.
Like you ran into this NPC. Who are they?
I do like how they made basic folk. So just the characters in the anime that they spent 2 minutes drawing, like they have their own like generic stat block, and then you give them like a vibe.
The tiny little person standing on a stool on page 308 is so funny to me.
308. Oh yeah, the little chib.
Just like here's a stool to stand on.
And I'm pretty sure the guards, those are also chips but they're essentially wearing like power armor.
They're standing on stilts inside of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dig it. It's funny.
Oh, let's go. I don't know why I'm scrolling. I can just click the sidebar.
I'm just pushing page down.
Let's see, where were we? Yeah, this is just more NPCs, which I like that they have like specific people as examples, like this old lady that's a knight.
Yeah.
But here's where like we start getting to like actual like tables.
Yeah. It is nice that you can roll for an adventure type right there.
Mm-hmm. So I think like especially in Break's design of just using D20s, having like adjective, noun, oracles, I think that'll work well enough.
Yeah. What is that fizz lady?
Yeah.
Question mark? Looks so odd.
I would be absolutely shocked if that is not a reference to Gremlins 2.
How does she keep her head upright?
She's just a goblin. That's what goblins do.
But her head is huge.
Yeah, they're a goblin. They can just put stuff together, and because they think it should work, it works. So I think obviously naturally they think their head is normal, so it's not going to cause them problems.
Yeah.
But I think this is where you can see like the sort of like Disney inspiration for like character design, because this definitely looks like something you'd see in like the early 90s, late 80s sort of Disney-esque animation stuff that popped up. Let's see, creating. So here's more, Spark tables for generating settlements, which I think, just having more of those, even that.
Yeah. Yeah.
More generic ones. I think like the settlement type, I think that works on its own. But like the local flavor, I think that could use the same treatment as the settlement type itself.
Yeah. I do like that these are already here, but probably want a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, or maybe not. Honestly, these are pretty good. I do feel like the clothing color needs a little more. because it's only 10 things.
Mm-hmm.
But I quite like this background character idea.
Yeah.
Creating a settlement. See, look, you have the headings. You just have to make the tables now. Settlement function, roll for it. Is it a port, a market, a refuge, mine, a farm? You know, you've got the things, just make the table.
The real question is who's going to make the table?
Just I guess it must be Ray, right?
Yeah, or me, because I want to play it sooner rather than later.
Then I guess it's you.
But yeah, I think you're right on the money with just we have the headings and now just have to spend the long hours of filling.
Yeah.
Well, I guess since there's no D100s, you know, it's just D20. It will be.
The problem is it's only 20. No, but then you roll 2 20s or you roll 5 20s, 5 D20.
Oh, you know, you're right.
Add them together.
You're so right.
Yep.
Luckily, we have
5 D20s
someone
makes
that's good at
100.
math here.
5 times 20 is basic math.
Look, the brain cell is doing the best it can.
Oh, brother.
It's like, you know, when you're playing D&D, you don't want to do math. I mean, you might want to do math. You might want to do math. Other people don't want to do math.
I literally, completely not part of a campaign or anything. Remember, I was like doing sacred geometry rolls for fun.
Yeah.
While I was on a break at work.
I'm just saying, I know people
what
they
you
have to
mean?
count on their fingers.
The TTRPG is a vehicle for the math. What do you mean?
Well, you know, I'll wait for one day for you to do the sacred geometry solo play so you can do math while doing your fantasy adventures.
The thing is, I can make that, but nobody else will play it.
You're the only one that needs to play. It's for you.
It was so funny because I was reading like the review that my friend did of Plutonic Yearning, and he was like, Hime, the math, why is there so much math? I'm like, oh, I was like, it's just percentages, and he's like, that's math. I'm like, you can't multiply, dang.
Look, people play solo TTRPGs to relax.
Yeah. You don't think math is relaxing?
No. Well, so this is a little bit of lore about me. So in 3rd grade, my autism was directly aligned with the basic multiplication tables. And you might have had to do this when you were a kid too, where you had like the timed doing like, you know, like 2 to 10. And then
yeah, I loved it. I was like easy candy.
Yeah, so I got that down to 15 seconds doing, what was that, 100 multiplications. And then the next year, my autism completely abandoned math. It was like, we're done.
That's so sad.
Well, I had the math memorized in my brain. I didn't have to do math anymore. My brain would just pop the number out.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I just stopped. I stopped trying.
Oh no.
And the teacher's like, why aren't you showing your work? It's like, well, but I have the answer. I know the answer. Why do I need to show work for a thing I know?
So we know that you didn't cheat.
That's on them to know if I cheated or not.
That's literally all it is. And what do you mean?
Yeah.
No.
Look, I'm just saying, I in 3rd grade, I proved that I didn't cheat.
Oh my god.
Look, child me had enough.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, you know, outside of being ornery when it comes to showing my work, I was a very quiet kid, so I didn't cause any trouble.
Sure.
It was in middle school when I started causing trouble.
Oh no.
Welcome to the pack.
Oh, thanks for the follow.
Oh, who dat?
Honestly, I can't see right now because my screen is so small. Oh, wait.
Naldo.
Oh, that's Ray.
Oh, that's Ray.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That is the creator.
Oh
Welcome
my
in.
goodness. Well, now I know who to follow. Yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten pretty far in the book. And I think the summary is we have headings We just need to turn those headings
I
into
do
a
like how I got volunteered to make a table already.
Look, someone's got to do it.
I was like, I was about to say someone from the team, and I was like, isn't this a 2-person team and one of them is the artist? So it's
Yeah.
not going to be one of them. Like...
Oh, you don't have to apologize for lurking. We love lurkers.
Yeah, we do. But now you've been perceived.
Yeah. But yeah. Right, that just, you gotta lock in for a day and write like 100 Oracle tables.
I mean, I don't think we need 100.
Well, you're the one
like
keeping
20.
track of the math. I just...
What? What
Yeah.
do you mean? I was keeping track? Since when?
Oh, I guess none of them were. We were just... a specific number of
I wrote
Oracle
some stuff
tables.
down. There's not that many, honestly, because we were saying that a lot of these, they're almost already an Oracle table. You just have to take the headings and turn them into fields on a table.
Mm-hmm. And like,
It's a
for
project for our own
the
day.
sort of generic monster Oracle table, that honestly, that's super easy. That's just, 4 options and then stuff.
Make a table that everyone rolls on that table. It's easy.
Mm-hmm. And
If
also,
they're at full health, if they're at critical, if they're at full health, they roll like this. If they're at critical health, they roll like that.
well, I guess how would you do critical health in Break if you just want to do that? Because once they reach 0, which is like for PCs that would be critical, they're just dead or knocked out.
Maybe if they have one or 2 hearts left.
Yeah, unless they're a mook, then they usually only have 1.
Okay, so let's say less than half.
Yeah.
But then, of course, if there's, if they only have the 1, then
Mm-hmm.
then that's it.
But I would say the thing that probably take the most work is the generating random encounter tables, so that when someone makes generates an adventure map or whatever, they have a way to
The terrain.
Yeah.
The terrain tables, or like the hex tables, kind of like when you're exploring, this is what could be on the map.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Typically, the way it is normally is the DM decides, like, okay,
Yeah.
here's the map. I've made it. But if it's you, there has to be some way for you to create the map. Because, I mean, there could be pre-made ones, but eventually you're going to run out of pre-made things, right?
Yeah, you just buy was it Trilemma Adventures? That's essentially, it's just a book of adventure sites, essentially. Just do that. I think there's multiple of those now, actually.
Probably.
I haven't checked that in years. But onto adventure sites, I think I've essentially made an outline for how you randomly generate adventure sites. Like I did it based off of, let me pull it up. Let's see. That's adventure map. Let's see. It's honestly, it's always interested me when I go back to read my notes. I'm like, who is this insane person that wrote this?
Mm-hmm.
But you roll a d20, and that will give you your size, and that will determine how many zones are in each adventure site. So that's relatively easy.
Yeah.
In itself of determining size. And here's an example adventure site, which.
Yeah.
So this was actually how I was sort of when I was working on myself when I had more free time, was using this as a template to figure out the types of things that you would want to have on an oracle to roll to decide when you do it.
Yeah.
I think it's just a question of, but I think the answer is you randomly roll this stuff as you're encountering, just because the surprise is part of the fun when you're playing by yourself.
Yeah.
But I could also see it as like you decide what the headings are, but then when you actually get to it, you figure out what the specifics are. I think that would work as well.
Yeah.
Here's more example encounters. If you notice, Mariah is in a majority of the art here. It's like she's going on an adventure.
The poster girl one.
Yeah. The OC.
The OC.
And here's more Oracle tables. Like I think that's one, the adventure site one, that's a good Oracle table in itself of figuring out the vibe. So more stuff like this.
Yeah.
Just bust out the thesaurus.
Not the thesaurus.
Hey, a castle is different from a fort.
That's true.
And I would say like having more oracles that are like this specifically, where it is 20, like 2, I guess that'd be 40 total, rather than like the location atmosphere being like something more specific. Generic helps a lot, especially when you're rolling on multiple generic things. It tends to build its own sort of detail from that.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, that's why I like the Across 1,000 Dead Worlds did really well at like, what is the location, what is the atmosphere, and then what is the function of this location?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if it's a ruin, like, what was this originally used for? And that can really help.
Yeah. Let's see, map zones. I think that's a lot of this is inventory. Yeah, I can see that. Like, especially with Break, like the different regions are sort of like a core fun of the game is that there is the different times of day.
Yeah.
And having unique stuff for those, which I was also working on that. I honestly, it's very silly if past me. It's like, oh, I'll just do this as a side thing. I'll just make an entire solo expansion. But alas, I abandoned Flesh, became VTuber. A flat one. A very flat one. So yeah, I think this works, like having, the heading of a mini adventure site, just having more options to roll on, more generic stuff. And creating encounters. Like having an oracle that would decide what is the encounter table for the region itself.
Yeah.
Which it already does have some, to be honest. A lot. And I think, honestly, like we mentioned having more generic monster stuff. But other than that, I think we might be done.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we addressed all the things on my list.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out the solo. Well, we're not so much figuring it out ourselves. It's just sort of like, how soloable is this game?
Yeah.
Thought it'd be good practice because I want to do a series on me like going through group games and rating them / talking about how they could be played solo. And this is good practice. So I would say that this is fairly soloable. There's already a lot of tables in it, like that the DM is supposed to use. But like, I mean, you would be the DM, right? And so it's a matter of converting things. Like, okay, here's a table. Essentially, it's just a list of headings, really. But you can turn that into a table. But I also think that you could just play this with a different system or like piecemeal things from a different system, because I'm already like, if you just take the exploration from Machine Gods or from Draconim and then take everything else from this game and plop that in, then you're done. Because on a sense, like as a player, now this is not helpful for like you trying to sell solo rules as like the original game designer, but as a player, that's all I would do. Like Machine Gods already has great exploration tables, or Against the Wind also has great exploration tables, and that's the only thing that I feel like is missing from this, plus the social aspect of like how do you want your characters to interact, because this is one where like Fabio Ultima, yes, you could play it solo with like a single character going through the world, but I think what makes anime and what makes JRPGs interesting is that dynamic between the characters in the party. And so while you could play it with one character, I just don't think it would be best if you're going for that JRPG anime experience. And so in that sense, you definitely need a system for like how do these characters get along. Yes, there's mood roll, but like there should be ones that are specific to like, okay, you and a party member, you and a close party member, and how is that going to be different? And so as a person just playing the game, I would be like, okay, well, I'm going to lift the, this system to use for relationships, this system to use for exploration, and then everything else is pretty much good as is. Actually, even like a battle system, because I like the battle system in this game, but again, you'd have to make adjustments to the bestiary for it to run solo, right? So there is that. But I would say that a lot of other things, like the world building, the character creation, are already really suited to playing solo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and like at least for me, personally, like when I play solo, I'm already fine for the most part just making stuff up, because when I'm GMing with a group of people, I tend to like have a base idea and then I just make stuff up.
No, that's exactly how we have very similar DM styles, I think.
Yeah, it's mainly from a not wanting to prep or having to prep as little as possible.
The same. And so I tend to have a skeleton of like, this is what I want to happen, and then I roll for stuff. Honestly. And so I think though it also comes from a sense of me having played more solo TTRPGs than group TTRPGs, if you look purely on hours and number of games I've played. So I that's something I was talking about, like my resolutions for this year TTRPG wise, and something I do want to do is to do more prep for group games, because I have some that I really want to have a solid story structure for. Like when I eventually do the One Ring this year, I really want it to be more structured. Same thing with Mythic Bastion Land. I really want that to be more of a structured story, but for other stuff, no. Mothership is really fun to just like, what's going on? I don't know. Let's roll. Let's see what's going on. But so that in that sense, I think this game is pretty soloable. I haven't decided exactly how my rating system is going to go yet, but this is definitely going to be on the more friendly side of like, most of it works. It mostly just needs more Oracle tables.
Honestly, that could be a running joke of needs more Oracle tables, and that's just everything outside of like, some of the bigger solo TTRPG books out there. Because honestly, I'd say the majority of solo TTRPGs are very, very small.
That's true. Tis true.
And hey, at the very least, if you is to make a solo thing for Break, you already have the name. It's just solo.
Yeah. Solo! Exclamation. I don't know. That seems a little weird, because it makes me think of a cup, or about Han Solo. That doesn't really work.
But I mean, it's accurate.
Han Solo cup. Solo!
What else could the name be? Like, it has to be a single word that's all caps. That's something you could shout.
No, it's just soul. It's like this.
Break with one exclamation.
Oh, what one exclamation? Wait, yeah, that's actually so fire.
Yeah.
Break with one exclamation mark is actually perfect.
The Google searching would be rough.
Or like this.
Oh no. Not break period. What happened to its legs?
Or it could be like this, like you forgot to hold down the shift key.
Oh, honestly, like I catch myself so many times, and like I almost send it, and I know
11 players. It's the soccer version.
Oh no. Oh, well, out of all the TTRPGs I would ever be willing to run with 11 players, Break is one of the few, just because. Like I know,
you just want to run Break.
Well, yes, but I know combat wouldn't take like 2 hours. I've run 5e for 10 players before. One combat took like I think 2.5 sessions.
That's terrible.
And then I was like, I'm not doing this again. Get out of here.
Terrible. Get out of here.
I was done. I
Yeah,
don't think I
that's
GM'd for like 6 months after that. I was
understandable.
so done with
understandable.
everything. But yeah, so I think like one thing like having, which Break already does and other stuff, is having like the sort of solo procedure of what you're supposed to do, like to go through the game loop.
Yeah.
I think that would be good, but that's also pretty easy. Honestly, that's things I tend to like most, is just having the outline of the game loop, and then I can decide how much I want to drill down myself.
Yeah.
But I think we're done. So you had mentioned like systems that would you use. Do you want to go through the like specific ones you think that you would use for a break?
Like break.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse, or okay. So the specific things, actually, I'll just put this in mind. So like let's see, what how should I call it? Supplemental systems that could be used. So for like exploration, I think Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse or Against the Wind are like they tend to be my go-tos for general like exploration, especially hex maps or point crawl. Actually, both of these are kind of a hex map. Against the Wind though, it's not a hex, they're like squares. But yeah, I think those are good. If you're going more for like a sci-fi, because I know Break is sort of like fantasy sci-fi in a way. It's still more fantasy overall, but if you want to go into space, you're going to need something else. But if you're just, you're some terrestrial exploration, I think those two are really good. And then for relationships, see, I would just... Is this me tooting my own horn?
No, toot your horn.
I mean, because I think ballads would be really good. The ballads relationship system. Or my usual, like, Ballads of Dawn, or I would say, like, the keep talking.
Yeah,
keep contact.
Keep talking. It's having a Kickstarter, right? Soon.
Is it really?
I think I saw.
Really? What?
I think I saw something about that. Right? I'm not crazy.
Okay, I'm looking. What? Is it really? I'm gonna look.
What one of the talkie ones was having something, I believe.
I don't see it.
Oh no, maybe I am just crazy.
I mean, this must be a different one, but I just went to their blog and I don't see anything.
I think it was posted in your server a while ago.
What?
I feel
really.
Look, I've been sleeping like 3 hours a day for like the last like month, so my brain it may just be
Kickstarter.
Me imagining things.
I do not see anything.
Okay, I'm just crazy. That's good to know.
I have no idea what no. The only thing that comes out about Kickstarter in my Discord is either about Fabula Ultima or about Astro Prisma. That's all anybody on there talks about Kickstarter was.
Okay, that is wild. I get, like, I'd been thinking about this like for a couple days.
He made it up. The guy already made it for free. What would the Kickstarter even be for?
I don't know. I don't have answers.
Oh my
wow.
God.
It wouldn't be the first time I have dreamt something and then I assumed it was real for a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, those are the systems I would use if you were just like, I want to play this right now. I would pull one of these two systems to use for the exploration aspect. But while still, like, what I would do is probably use the tables from Machine Gods or Against the Wind, but then add in some of the stuff from Break itself. Like, okay, we need one to generate, like, what is it called? Not ruins. Is it ruins? It's not ruins. It's like adventure
sites.
Adventure sites. So have a special one for that. But this gives you a base so that if you're just going around the map, like, okay, what is the next place? Okay, it's plains. Okay, it's a mountain. Like, it's helpful to have that already made. Why reinvent the wheel when Alex T has already invented the wheel. And then for relationships, I feel like this is still a relatively new thing in solo TTRPGs. I mean, solo TTRPGs themselves, I know they've been around for a while, but for the longest time, they were very like focused on just exploration and combat. And I feel like it's only in the recent couple of years that you're getting other systems too. And so I don't know that there's a whole lot of extra relationship ones. I saw one for like NPC conversations that I had favorited on itch that I forgot about. Hang on. I had favorited it and added like a note, and then here it is. It's called Dialogue Systems for Cozy TTRPGs. But then I haven't looked closely at it. Do I have it downloaded? Let me just download it. Apparently I downloaded it at some point. Where did I put it? I don't know.
Oh, I feel that so much. Like outside of my break folder that is probably my most organized with non-break stuff.
So I will just read through some of the headings of this book so you can get a sense of what is in it. Well, it's a free PDF. I'll just put it in the chat for anyone that wants to look at it. But it's like let's see. 3 types of charisma and 6 social skills, associated actions, the right skill in the right situation, friendship levels, dialogue rules options, skills and role plays for points, aspects, improv, conversational styles, character personality matrix, and then topics of conversation. So they have like a whole it's interesting because there's only 78 things in the table. See, whenever I need personality traits, I go straight to ballads because I made that like D100 table for personality traits and stuff, and I mean, obviously I like it because I made it for me, you know, like it's made to my own taste, but I do like this personality matrix that they have that has like because it also, you can draw a tarot card for it, but they have it in these almost like categories. So for example, there's reserved. So under reserved, there's impersonal, distant, cool, detached, formal, and aloof. And so they have these umbrella traits. And so this is nice, but you definitely need something to help you gamify relationship building to make it so that, well, like I just said, you gamify it, because otherwise it's just creative writing, which I love creative writing. I don't have a problem with that per se, but then it doesn't really feel like a game if that's all you're doing the whole time. So having some aspect of like, it is possible to fail. It is possible to not roll well, and then the character doesn't respond well to whatever it is you're doing. Like, I think that has to be there. Otherwise, it doesn't feel very fun.
And I think it would be easy enough to just key those roles into the camping and downtime. That's when you interface with the more relationships side of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did it, and you have a good idea of your series.
I think so too. I need to come up with like a nice rating system. Like the time I thought I was gonna be a book journal streamer, and I had come up with this whole rating system for how I was gonna rate books, which I still like my rating system, but I need something like that for this. That's something that I'm gonna have to think on. But it'll be fun.
I'm excited for it.
But I want to pick some, especially I'll start with some popular games, and be like, okay, how would you solo it? It'd be my best.
I mean, you could start with Fabula Ultima, since you're already doing it.
Fabula Ultima. I'm already doing it. That is true, but I think the way I play it, it's almost a different game at this point.
Yeah, it is very different from the intended.
People are like, you solo TTRPG? I'm like, yeah, I solo Fabula Ultima. I mean, I use the Fabula Ultima combat rules. I use the rolls.
Yeah.
For like when I'm doing checks, I mean, I do use the rules. It doesn't feel, when I play that game solo versus when I play with our group, it's like obviously, I'm about to say something really obvious, but it feels completely different. Whereas when I play the Black Oath games, when I played with y'all, it still felt like I was playing the same game. Versus when I played solo, like it didn't feel like it was that big of a shift. But yeah, it does. I think solo, I don't know if I've perfected it. Solo Fabula still feels very, very much like I'm creatively writing with a couple of checks here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, maybe that's fine. That's
I mean,
the
I feel
creative
like
exercise that I need.
if I had to guess, that's probably the majority of how people play solo games, because a lot of people, they have D&D, they don't have anyone to play with, so they play D&D solo, and you're either dungeon crawling or
Yeah.
not doing that. So I feel like that's the common way,
Yeah.
until you get into like specific solo games that have all these fancy mechanics for like talking to each other.
I still feel like it would be cool, and I wish that there was a less exploitative way to use AI to sort of let you play games solo, but it just sucks so bad, and it's so bad for the environment. But I like the idea of there being like an isolated, these are the rules of the game, these are the random tables that you can get, and this program just sort of helps you with that. I've seen somebody programmed like a Twine game of Alone Amongst the Stars. So actually, now that I think about it,
or we just need more Zork.
What is that?
That's the like. Did Zork come out in the 80s? It's a text-based adventure game.
Oh yeah. Never mind. Okay, I got it. I just needed the context.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Honestly, this might be my shortest stream. I think we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts?
My head is empty. But I was actually, in the sense of I was surprised at how easy this is to solo.
Yeah, it's got a lot of tables.
Likely to be eaten by a Gru, etc.
Okay, here's a hot take.
That fizz thing.
I think, especially when you get to like more typical dungeon fantasy stuff, where there's things in the dungeon, you need to kill them, you don't necessarily think about, their existence. I think Gru is better than goblins.
I just realized, because I wasn't looking closely at the page art, I was looking at the text, but if you go back to page 335.
335.
For a second.
I can do it here. 335. Yeah?
Why is it in such a French girl pose?
A French? Oh
Look at the way it has its hand against its face. It's like, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna be able to.
Do you see it? Do you see what I mean? It's posing. It's looks maxing.
Well,
it's got its hand fanned against its face, like, oh yeah, you've caught me.
So this is a fun comparison that really shows my my Break autism, is that a lot of people have compared Break's art to French animated art, because a lot of French animation is inspired by anime, and so Break's gotten that comparison a lot. So this is the French influence right here.
Yep. Yeah, that's so funny. I see London. Hi, London.
Welcome in, London. I'm never gonna be able to unsee that. This poor war machine died while posing like a French.
Are you saying that a war machine can't want to pose like a French girl? Like, let the war machine do what its heart wants.
I want that to be. I want someone to write that fan fiction, like a mecha fan fiction.
Right, just add that to Ray's to-do list.
Yeah.
When you're done with the tables.
Where's my mecha romance, and not like BL of mecha romance. I want the mechs romancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, instead of a necromancer, you have a mech
romance. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
We're
good.
cooking.
You were cooking something.
Wait, you can play a biomechanoid. We can just do that.
That's so cursed. I bet you can do it. I'm looking at the bestiary now to see they already have the abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you could just make it into a
some of the abilities are passive, so you'd have to specifically look at what are active abilities that they could be used in combat versus if you look at the Lagia. I'm not sure how you.
No, but like, so I'm looking at the champa, right? And so it
Yeah.
says it has small teeth and tusks. So you could have the tusks and the small teeth as like attacks. And honestly, you could even have, if it has multiple weapons, you could have multiple normal attacks. So when you roll on the table, it's just one of the normal attacks at random, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of making a table. Do we want a specific table for every monster? Because that's fine too, because I've seen games like that. Like
Yeah.
Caranathalis has a different roll table for every monster. But then that just makes it harder for if you're making it possible for people to create their own monsters, because it's more work then. Whereas if you have a generalized, like, this is the general behavior of a creature, then all you have to do is come up with like 4 attacks or whatnot.
Yeah.
Rather than having to come up with the whole roll table. I don't know.
I could see, like, you could sort of have it, like, you could have it baked into the roll. So let's say, like, 1 through 10 is a normal attack. You could have it, like, odds, evens within that range.
That's true. Maybe 2 normal attacks, a special attack, and a supporting attack. For 4.
Oh, yeah, we sort of mentioned that before, Ray, about having generic templates that then you could fill in with, like, added stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, you could have a couple mook generic things and a couple of bosses. Like, you could separate it between, like, ranged, caster, defender.
So there's like a behavior style, and then there's a table of like, when it's at full health, you roll a d10, and on a 1 through 6, it'll do a normal attack. 7 through 10 is a special attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's at half health or less, so it's like critical condition, maybe support, you know, it might use a support action, or it's more likely to use a special attack. So that way we have a generalized, like, this is how all of the enemies behave. And then as for what is the normal attack or whatnot, that just varies from monster to monster.
Yeah, we sort of I mentioned that you could use attack stunts, like that could be considered a special attack in this sort of, you know, attack table. So you like a normal attack is just your basic thing, and then special attack is an attack stunt, and then stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Big chompoid guy with sword. Yeah, you can make sort of template. Yeah. Techromancer does exist already, apparently.
Ray would be the one to know that niche game from back in the day.
It's very on brand. It's good.
Oh, that kind of hurts. Like early 2000s. That's been 20 years.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't. One of my cousins messaged me and was like, Nintendo announced that they're coming out with a new Mario Tennis game. And I was thinking to myself, didn't we just get one of those? I looked it up. It's from 2018.
Oh, no.
And he's like, why?
Oh, no.
2018. 2018 was long ago. That was the year I started teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a lifetime ago. I was such a different person before then.
For real. Well, I get. Do we have anything else?
I mean, we can just keep yapping forever, honestly.
Yeah, we could. We're about to hit an ad break, so this might be a good time for people to hydrate.
Yeah.
Get snacks.
Yeah.
Even though I think most people here have a sub just because of how generous everyone was.
Oh. It's my manager in here. I didn't see him. Did he check in?
I think I saw Killer Flame at the beginning, but the brain is the last 2 hours don't exist anymore.
Uh-oh. It's gonna be a problem. Did you take notes?
I thought you took notes.
I have an outline. I didn't take notes. I kind of took notes.
I can just suffer through my voice. I can
You could also just quietly upload it to YouTube, leave it as private, and then it'll make a transcript.
That's a thing?
Yeah, so Kappa that Kappa very early on was like, oh yeah, you do that, and then you can use the transcript to help you do the timestamps.
Well, I'm curious
actually so
if
genius.
that is so. An issue I found is one, I cannot put links in the description because I'm not verified, and YouTube's
You can
verification.
verify you've got a phone.
Yeah, but it was like the thing. I guess I could do my like send my face, but it was wanting like my ID. I was like, why am I going to give?
You can choose one. You can also just
Okay.
record a 6-second video of yourself. It said. I was just looking at this earlier for my VOD account.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Yeah, I think when you're doing these roll tables for this game, you should do it based off of like the size of the monster as well. Like, oh, a big monster will do this, a little one will do this.
Yeah. At least with colossal creatures, because they do have in their the ability for being colossal, it does have like you have extra attacks, like I think swipe is
Right.
one, and then
But I think the colossal creatures, if they're that special, they're probably ones that might just need their own specialized roll table.
yeah.
It'll feel more epic that way.
I still want to make
That's
a
how a
colossal
was.
pudge grub.
Yeah! The king of the pudge grubs.
Yeah, the super grub.
Let my people go.
Oh that would be a peak adventure. It's the king of the pudge grubs trying to free its people from the tyranny of being consumed.
It's true. Just add another thing to the to-do list.
Yeah. Forever grows.
I think you have to write it now. I think you're contractually obligated to write that adventure now. That sounds so good.
The
You need
super grub.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
see,
least there'd be easy to draw art for.
I could see the cover being like the classic 50s monster movies. It's like Attack of the Giant Ant or whatever, but that's the style of the cover.
No, I think it should be a really grim, like noir cover with a pudge grub, but it's like got half of its face in shadow and its crown.
Oh my god, the King Simon. I haven't played Dragon Quest in so long.
Yeah, King Pudge Grub. Yeah, exactly.
I can just imagine like this like skyscraper sized pudge grub, and it has the tiniest crown.
It would be so cute. Well, have you seen the King Furball from Legends of Akaroth? Because that's
No,
the
I
image I'm
haven't.
getting to. Oh my gosh, hang on, I'll screenshot it for you. You can put it on the screen. It's very cute. And also terrifying. Let's see.
While you're looking for that, and the ad is going, I'm gonna go get me something to drink because my throat is parched.
Okay. It won't take me very long to find. Monster. Where's the king? King Furball. Okay, I found it. Oh my goodness. Wait, I just realized Kai left me all alone. How am I to entertain you all by my lonesome? Goodness. Do. Oh my gosh, I forgot Legends has limit breaks. Limit break! Do. Wait, what happened to my sea shanties? Did I get to the end of the playlist? I did. Uh-oh, here. I think I'm starting to rotate into like a sci-fi mood though, especially since I was watching Kappa play Mass Effect yesterday. I think I might have to play some sci-fi games for a while. We'll see. I'm feeling the hankering for sci-fi TTRPGs.
I have returned.
Hello, I sent you the screenshot.
Yes, I see. I need to download.
The download. Oh, to show it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I could open the browser and then show the browser, but it's the same amount of effort either way.
It's true. It's so cute, isn't it? Cute and deadly.
I'm not sure if I would say it's cute.
You don't think it's cute?
That's a lot of fur.
Yeah. So?
It's just, I'm already like, I'm hot as it is. I feel like I'd be sweating so much.
You're literally a dog.
Yeah, I'll be panting all
Dogs
over the
have
place.
fur.
Yeah, I don't need extra fur. Why would I want that thing on me?
It doesn't have to be on you. You fight it.
Oh, I'll eat it.
You're gonna eat it? It's got fur. Ew.
I mean, you said I'm a dog.
Yeah?
Let me bring this up. Image. Browse. Okay.
Just look at it.
Oh, there we go. Here upon its majesty.
Yeah. It's got the royal bunk.
The royal bunk. No, don't bunk me.
That's what it's called. The royal bunk.
Wait, that's tiny little hands. Oh my gosh, I just noticed the tiny hands. That's cursed.
What do you mean? It's not cursed. So cute. This is a funny thing to come back to after an ad break.
So this is from Legends of Akaroth, right?
Yeah.
Which, whenever I get that, it will go in my break folder.
Oh my god.
It makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it is, because like how the web of my autism works, there's break at the very top, and then there's thing like break. And so if it's like break, it goes in the break folder.
What games do you have that are classified as not being like break?
Oh, that's a lot.
Is it? Because I feel like almost everything you've got in that folder.
Okay, I will go over the things I have in my like break folder that's inside my break folder. So I have Aether Nexus, Animon Story, Eyes Unclouded, Fabula Ultima, Final Fantasy Legend Edition, Forgotten Ballads, Hollow Knight TTRPG, Ruin Runners, Sailor Moon, Sword World, Teenagers from Outer Space.
What?
Yep. Teenagers Outer Space is on the inspiration list of
Okay.
Break. So it was made by was it R. Talsonian, the people that made Cyberpunk? They made that in the 90s. I have Dragon Stew, which is a 5e supplement for like food stuff. I have Beacon, which is like a tactics fantasy game.
We all are all making stuff for each other's games, really. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. A Cloudbreaker Alliance, Echo Mofos, Made in the
Okay.
Abyss TTRPG, then Made
Okay.
RPG.
What?
Yep.
Oh, wait, actually, that makes complete sense.
Made
Anyways,
RPG is also on the list of inspirations for Break.
That's fine.
Megaton TTRPG,
Okay.
Wandering Tavern, Wilder Feast, Witch Plus
Makes
Craft. That's all the stuff that's not Break in my Break folder.
Okay, I see. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it all makes sense.
Uh-huh.
At least within my specific autism. The breaktism.
The breaktism.
Wait, it could just be tism. 2 exclamation
Oh my
points.
gosh. That's funny. It's very on brand.
Mm-hmm. I should make a custom shirt like that.
Yeah.
Just as tism.
Just tism with 2 exclamations. Yeah,
Okay,
I would buy it.
we'll remove the fur ball.
He can go.
We can look back at Mariah Dohart. Does the Groon here, does he have a name?
I'm sorry that I'm Mike Wazowski, the little chib in the thumbnail.
It makes sense. Chibs, they have the thing about not being seen unless they want to be seen. Droog.
Well, he's on the cover of a book, so I think he's supposed to be seen.
Do you see those
I'm-
sad eyes? That
I
man
know,
does
that's
not
what
want to
I'm
be anywhere right now.
No, that's him looking sad because I Mike Wazowski'd him. He's like, I know what happened in that thumbnail. I've been Mike Wazowski'd. I don't know what this term means, but surely it is a bad.
Well,
it
no.
is
See,
an ill
Manny,
foreboding
the
thing.
our office worker, could have that reference.
You know what? That's true.
Yeah,
Manny would understand what being Mike Wazowski'd means.
yeah. So it could be in canon. That's just a saying in Outer World as being Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, Mike Wazowski.
Oh man, I
This
got
is
Mike
just
Wazowski
Mike
to give out his
Wazowski.
bard.
I love that this is like entering the lexicon.
This is why I
'Cause
love
I-
break so much, because you can just say these silly things are real, and no one's going to be like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, somebody will, but you just have to laugh it off, wave it off. It's from another world.
Exactly. Other world is right
Very
there.
Invested in what's gonna happen with Mary's Tamagotchi. Legally distinct Tamagotchi.
Oh, that's right. I think it was the last session we played that Mary finally did it once, right? So it has a
Yeah.
counter on it. So
So soon the egg will hatch.
yeah, and things will happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been so long. I forgot where we left off. We're about to do like a feral animal Resident Evil session, and it's not Halloween anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Life kept lifing,
Yeah.
so we haven't played since like September.
And then we just keep yapping, just like, oh, it's
Yeah, to be clear, we still meet for our break session. We just don't play break.
we're just too busy yapping.
We're just like, my head is too empty or I'm sick. Let's just talk about life.
And then obviously the holidays,
Yeah, the deluge.
just constant.
But it's gonna happen soon. Again,
Mhm.
like this week, probably.
What, it'd be funny if we don't end up playing until my birthday one shot. That would be fun.
That would be funny.
Oh, that'd be the
That's gonna be a
perfect
good
time to
time.
do the Pudge King.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna run it for your own birthday? Do you prefer DMing it or do you prefer playing it?
I just assumed I would run it, because
Yeah, but, like,
if
I feel like DMing
Ray's
for your
able to
own
be
birthday
there,
seems kinda-
then I assume Ray wants the chance to play his own game.
It's fair.
Do you want to run it?
Do I want to run it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
You have to write the adventure though.
I've already wrote it. It's a giant Pudge monster in a city.
You know what? True.
And that
Yeah,
writes
I got it.
itself.
You know what? You're actually so right.
And honestly,
Also,
the
wait, your birthday is next month?
yeah,
February?
yeah, 14th.
Okay. That's gonna be your birthday's on Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Well, I mean, it is until like you realize that people are always busy going on Valentine's Day dates.
No, I never celebrate my birthday on my actual birthday because it's always the first week of school, so relatable.
Oh yeah.
Where people always forget my birthday because it's, again, the first week of school.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my friends are teachers, so they'll be like, oh no, your name here? We forgot about your birthday.
Oh no, Hime Burb.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know why I say your name here. I should just, like, pretend my name offline is also Hime.
Yeah. Hime Utsuki.
Oh no, Hime, we forgot your birthday. We have to play a TTRPG for my birthday again this year too. I think we should just continue the same one from last time. And it's just a yearly TTRPG
Wait.
about bugs.
Oh my god, I'd forgotten about that. That was so fun.
It was fun. Just need to continue it.
Yeah. That could be our longest running campaign.
Yeah, yeah, technically, because we play literally one session a year. We could start doing it on my half birthday, so
Ooh.
that at least we get 2 sessions a year.
Is a half birthday? Is that like a thing?
Yeah.
Really? That's cool. It makes
Yeah.
sense. Surviving half a year, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's true. True. Wait, my birthday. When would my half birthday be? Let's see. If I add 6 months.
Wait.
Oh, my half birthday would be in February, right around your birthday.
Oh snap! We're half
Yee,
twins, half
a little
siblings.
bit.
I don't know. Wait, hold on. So for your half birthday, is it half the time it took for you to be born, or is it half of the year?
I think it's half of the year, like 6 months after or 6 months before your birthday. I guess. Same
Okay,
thing.
that's interesting. Hmm. When would mine be? So 2. It'd be 4. So it'd be the 8th. What's the 8th month?
August.
August. I'm kind of.
My birth month.
Wait, that's wild. I actually know that math.
That
That's
makes
just
sense.
math.
Yes, that's math. That is math. Yeah, that's 6 months from my birthday is your birthday. 6 months from your birthday is my birthday.
Look, I'm just here to be cute. That's all. That's all it is.
Uh-huh.
I'm not here for thinking.
What do you mean?
Hey, look, just think, Arthur Justice.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Oh, it's the manager. My manager is here.
Welcome, Mr. Manager.
It's Mane-san. Oh my gosh.
So would that mean that that Mr. Manager would be the office worker if to be one of the characters on the cover?
I think so.
And if it's not clear, Manny, the office worker, is a factotum. The backpack is the suitcase.
That, you know what? I did not know that, but that completely makes sense. It's actually so cute. And it also makes sense because there's all those isekai anime that's like, I transmigrated into this world, but all I have is this skill to buy stuff off of Amazon.
Oh my god, that's a real thing. I've watched
It
that.
is. I love the series. It's actually really good. I actually really like that series. That's no shade at all. I literally have doujinshi of it on my shelf. Don't ask what the.
I think that just got a second season.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, it's like the chef one or whatever, or cooking in the a different
It's
world.
campfire cooking in another.
Yeah, that just got a new season.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, I think I actually finished watching the first season. It's one of the anime I've actually finished. It's so good.
Yeah, I really liked it. Like it balanced, like, you know, sort of being generic and having the gimmick, but just having enough.
Well, it takes a generic thing and then puts its own very nice spin on it. Like it carries it out faithfully.
Oh, it's campfire cooking that got a second season. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so KF, we also kind of got sidetracked. So, but that's it.
Well, we finished the intent.
That's true. And now Ray knows to just wait for it a day it's raining and just start making oracle tables.
Huzzah for ADHD, yes.
ADHD and insomnia is a dangerous combo.
It's true. That is your double curse, not mine. But what is this?
G.
Oh, I thought it was a TTRPG. I got excited. It's not a TTRPG. It's just a regular RPG. Looks fun though.
GD Lean. I've never actually heard of that. I'll add that to the list of stuff to check out. I think my sort of the thing that I'm most proud of about just anime connections is realizing the anime that Darkness from Konosuba is inspired by. I forgot the name of it. It was like a one of the animes that's like each episode's only like 5 minutes. Aura Battler Dunbine. You know, I want to see Ray do a series that just talks about old anime no one's heard about. Be like Uncle from Another World. Join Kappa. In the random old.
Defend himself. He's not even here to defend himself. I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah. DM him now. I'm serious. I want Kappa to do an uncle from another world thing. He's so funny.
For being an uncle. I'm just here to tattle. I did the same thing the other day because Hero was like saying this wild thing on stream that he had never finished reading a book before in his life.
Oh, no.
And so I went and tattled to Kappa. I was like, will you please get on here and yell at him with me because this is not okay.
Oh, that, honestly, that really tracks for the Golden Retriever Slam.
He was like, well, there's a book I read in high school. I didn't finish it because I never read any book past 50%. I think it was called Lord of the Fireflies.
Lord of the Fireflies.
They were like, bro is just over here making up book titles. I'm like, what?
No, so that's like Lord of the Flies, but then also the Firefly song put together.
I was thinking about Lord of the Flies plus Grave of the Fireflies put together, and that's terrible.
Ooh. Grave of the Fireflies, that's an anime, right?
It's a movie.
Anime
movie. It's a Studio Ghibli film.
Ooh, I haven't watched that.
You haven't watched it?
Okay,
I'm not going to tell you anything about it then. You need to watch it.
I've watched like all the ones that you hear about, like that people talk about being their favorites or whatnot, like Ponyo or
Never. Say Ponyo is their favorite.
My Colton, my dungeon master, that's one of his favorites. His family's favorites. At least it was. At least from what I remember. It might have changed. But I haven't watched any of the newer ones. I haven't watched was it Poco Rosso? Rosso Poco?
Porco Rosso is so good. It's one of the ones I've watched the most times.
My favorite is Princess Mononoke, but it's also the first one I watched.
It is very good. And
the reason why I watched it is because Simbroom has it in its inspirations.
That makes sense.
I need to get back to Simbroom someday. I really love the world building. It's just the system is a little too clunky for me.
I see.
The book is absolutely beautiful.
I haven't gotten around to actually playing.
It'd be fun for a one shot, I think. There's too many campaign stuff that we have.
Yeah. We need to finish some things before we move on.
Okay, Spirit Away, then Ponyo.
For your favorites?
That's what Mud Animal said. Ponyo is number 2.
I see.
I think it's not Castle in the Sky. What's the one with the scarecrow in it? Is that Castle in the Sky? No, it's not. It's definitely not. I'm blank.
Howl's Moving.
Yeah, that one. That's my second favorite.
That one is my number 1 favorite. I have it tattooed on my body.
I mainly like Howl's just because of how much of a boy failure Howl's is for a decent portion of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Just absolute trash, man.
Terrible. I love him. Yeah, he's absolute trash. Spirited Away is really good.
Yeah.
I think Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite, and then Mononoke is probably my second favorite, and then Porco Rosso is third.
Yeah, I think the Nausicaa.
Maybe? I don't know. Whisper of the Heart is really good too. It's tough.
The Nausicaa inspiration in Break is pretty clear with the not Twilight.
He just said LOL with a capital L. I think he's used to it.
I'm blanking on the name of the region. I'm really asleep. Or not asleep, but I'm really lacking in the sleep. I'm blanking on the name of the region in Break. Let's see. Hold on. Blazing Gardens, Twilight Meridian. Yeah, it's just not coming. And it's like it's the thing where my brain has it, but my mouth ain't wanting to say it. The Buried Kingdom. Yeah, Westful Dark. There we go. I don't know. That's my favorite region. My brain was just like, it's gone. I guess it was in the dark. I couldn't see it. Clearly, I just need to play more Break. Break every day.
Kappa says, LOL with a capital L. It kills me because they're older than me. LOL. That's the best part, is the fact that most of the people that call Kappa are older.
Well, I mean, like, in terms of, you know,
Myself included.
how I act, Kappa acts older than me.
He's old of spirit.
Yeah.
It's true. You're not wrong. Break all the things. Wistful dark. Break all the things. Break the break.
Breaking Break. That'd be a good, like, video essay name for a Break series. Breaking Break.
Breaking break, yeah. Could see.
I mean, we don't know what Kappa's bones look like.
Do we do?
We
What?
we don't know what Kappa's bones look like, so we don't know if Kappa's bones have not aged up to match his soul.
Oh, you said we all know what Kappa's bones look like. That's why I was like, what do you mean by that? I think you just misspoke, but I was like,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Now, that is an interesting question. How old do I act? Because I don't think I act 30 plus.
No.
Maybe like frat age. Like, was that like 21 to 23, 21 to 24? Maybe around that.
Yeah. I could see it.
I cannot confirm nor deny whether I have seen Kappa's bones.
This worries me.
If anyone's seen it, it's probably the Mundy Mutts, because they're always digging holes and burying bones and stuff. Or actually no, they bury they bury the important stuff. They don't want anyone to get their magic items.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I fully assumed you were around the same age as me, which puts you past your 20s. Oh yeah, no, yeah. The question is not how old Kai is, but how old Kai acts.
Yeah. Which definitely is not 35. I matured very quickly. I was like, I would say I have outside of general growth in life, I have not matured in like 20 years. Like I hit my moral compass really early, and it stayed that way.
Yeah, I think you do act like you're about 22, 25. But you have an oldness of spirit that it does not suit somebody in their 20s.
Yeah, I can be very wise. It's just when I'm not incredibly sleepy.
How old do I act? Manager, you have to be in your 30s. You do taxes and stuff.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say late 20s. That's my guess. We got Kappa age. Secretly young.
You think Killer Flame is in their 20s? I've been doing taxes since I was 23. I know, but something about the word tax just automatically makes you feel old.
Yeah, that's true. I do age when I hear the word taxes.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna for you, Hime. I think you just act your age. You're the median.
Early 30s, but I'll take the compliment. Yeah, I think I do act my age.
It's probably because you're around children all the time. That's probably why.
That's fair.
They have a way of aging you up. But you know what they say, the internet takes 5 years off of you.
Does it?
No one acts their age on the internet.
That's fair.
Well, I guess maybe there's some people that act their age on the internet. They probably shouldn't be on the internet.
I just found another Dungeon Synthy artist that I am allowed to use their music for streaming. All their music is put up with an free to use as long as you give attribution.
Ooh.
That makes me happy.
I respect
called
Dungeon
Onion
Synth.
Knight.
Onion Knight.
Yeah, I love it.
So it's interesting. I didn't know this, but Onion Knights, that's a real thing. It's like an actual term. Because I've originally heard of
I am
Onion Knight from Dark
36,
Souls.
so that was a pretty good initial guess. Oh yeah, it's a thing. Onion Knight. Yeah, it is a great name, isn't it?
But there was an Onion
Yeah, I
Knight
am
in
36, so it's a
Final
pretty
Fantasy
good guess.
Tactics. That was like a class in Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, it's true.
Let's check them out.
Dang, do I act like I'm 35? Really? What? There's
Oh, it
nothing
wasn't
wrong with
Final
it.
Fantasy.
I've just never been told that. So it's just for somebody to actually peg me for my age. I'm like, oh, interesting. I wonder why.
I think it's because between me acting younger, Kappa acting older, you're just
Somewhere in the middle.
yeah, you fit
But it feels
in the
reversed.
Goldilocks.
My immediate guess based on the charity. That's so interesting. Well, now in my bio on Twitch, it puts my birth date. I put 198X, so people know I was born in the 80s. I'm an 80s baby.
During the era of the Betamax.
It's true, but only for a blink.
Yeah.
I was barely conscious in the 80s.
See, the weird thing is I feel like I grew up in the 80s. It's just because all the hand-me-down stuff I had was all 80s stuff. Like I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the ones in the late 80s. I played the NES.
Yeah.
I played the SNES for I engaged in all that stuff
Yeah, but
for a
the
while.
SNES is all 90s stuff because I played on the Super Nintendo too.
Was
and
that
the Nintendo,
90s?
It was because I played on both of those systems as well.
But like my first video game was Mortal Kombat, and that Mortal Kombat came out the year I was born, and I don't know how I was playing it the year I was born, but
I played Mortal Kombat, I played Battletoads, I played, Super Mario, Yoshi's Island, all that stuff on the original, like the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo.
I never played Battletoads.
It was pretty fun, actually. So it was funny when people made memes out of it. I was like, it's actually a really fun game. I grew up with it.
Yeah, it had like memes for like being really hard, right?
Yes, I mean, I don't know. I think games back then were just harder.
Yeah.
Because I recently-ish went back to try to play Super Mario 2, I think, and I was like, what the heck? Why is this so hard?
Do you remember like the Mario, was it Dr. Mario?
Oh yeah, the Dr. Mario, we played a lot of that.
Wasn't there also like a Mario painting game, like MS Paint, but Mario?
Yes. Yes. Didn't play that very much.
Oh, that's been so long.
Yeah.
I also watched a lot of Thundercats.
I have never watched Thundercats. I don't know anything about it.
I'm planning on, there's going to be a community night of watching the remake Thundercats, just because it's one season, so it'll be a shorter watch than the 4 seasons that the 80s Thundercats had.
Yeah.
Or is it 3 seasons? I feel like there was like 3 good seasons, and there was like a 4th season that had like they introduced more Thundercats, and it's like, why would you do this?
Mm-hmm.
We don't need the extras of the Thundercats.
Yeah.
We have Chitara. That's all we need. I feel like the alt cover for Break has like a Chitara like Rhineko on it.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, that'd be funny. Were you saying that there should be a dark mode for Break to protect your eyes? That the alt I think it's called like, is it the Buried Kingdom edition of Break that has like a black cover with gold foil? That could be the dark mode Break. Granted, you know, having to print new bucks with black pages and white text.
It doesn't have to be black. It could be like gray.
Aeon edition. Okay, there we go.
Because I think I don't know. I feel like white text on a black background
Yeah, it's just
would
as
be really
bad.
difficult to print. Worse. More ink. It's so expensive.
Did they ever change that? Was it Covens of Midnight where it had like just flat black?
I don't know. They're still trying to. They're at the phase now where they're doing the print proof. The print proofs or something. They well, let me look at it. Do I have the latest? I think it is still black background. Ash has come a long way since then.
I didn't even realize that was made by Ash. Oh god.
Oh yeah, that was one of the first Cross Paths games.
That's wild. That's
what I mean. He's come a long way since then.
So many games, so little time.
I don't know how he does it.
I'm assuming it's just no sleep.
He sleeps quite a lot. He said he always sleeps for 9 hours.
Wow, that's wild. Now that's wild.
Yeah. Because that's what we always joke about, and he's like, I sleep plenty, actually. We're like, how? Oh my gosh.
Some people are just built different.
It's true. Alex T is like that too. I don't know how the heck they do so much.
They're just locked in.
That's one of the ones I'm hoping gets wider distribution this year. Covens. Yeah, I mean they're working on it. All the stuff is done. They're just in the manufacturing stage now.
Oh, did you see that Midnight Muscadines?
Waiting for
the announcement it had.
No.
That they're gonna start. It was in the Discord. They're gonna start shipping next week.
No, I didn't see it. I'm in too many Discords now.
See, I have all my TTRPG ones in a single folder, and I'll just.
I do that too, but then.
Oh, you're in a. I think you're in a lot more than me. I've boiled mine down to Break, and then the 2 things I have Kickstarters.
Oh gosh, would you like to hear all the TTRPG Discords I'm in?
Yes, give it to me.
All right, I'm gonna list them. And you can see how cool I am.
Yes, Gav, you can folder Discords.
Yes, you can. Black Oath, obviously. Cross Paths, my Dagger Heart one, that campaign that I'm in. The Solo Tabletop RPGs Discord. Okay, I put Kingdom Death Discord in my TTRPG folder because it didn't make sense in other places. So I know it's not a TTRPG, but it's fine. It's TTRPG adjacent. And then I have Formoria, the Lichlight Imprints, the Queer XP server, the Pandia, so the Midnight Muscadines one, but when did they update it? I don't see. Oh, it's under announcements, but it didn't ping anybody. How was I supposed to know? It's just a regular post.
Well, you know because I told you.
Yeah, but otherwise I never would have seen it. The Pigeon Coop, which updates about Ambition. So actually I'm in 2 different Discords for Ambition, which is very funny. The Solo RPG Day. Wait, this is Solo RPG Day, which didn't happen this year, sadly, but hopefully next year it does. The Chepeku server. The Fabula Ultima server. The Project Fabula Ultima server for the Foundry module, Astro Prisma, and Wandering Blades.
Yeah, it's quite a bit more than me.
Quite a few. Doesn't tell me how many, but it's quite a few. I have a VTubers folder too that is also quite big now.
I have my VTuber stuff split between ones I mod for or very close friends, and then everything else. And
Oh, I only join servers for like close friends at this point.
well, it's
Or
just
at least people that I vibe with.
like I know a lot of adjacent people that I don't necessarily talk to a lot, but at the same time, it's I want to be able to like be like, hey, so
Yeah.
like it's kind of wild to think even though I've only been streaming for almost a month, like a week off from a month, I have been interacting with VTubers for like over 2 years.
Yeah.
Like just from being a mod.
Yeah.
So it feels like I've
pretty
been doing
awesome.
this longer than I have.
I'm in far too many servers. You have saved my brain a lot with the folder knowledge. I can't believe you've been doing this without folders. How did you find anything?
The hard way. Going down one at a time.
Oh, that's so sad. Is my server towards the top at least? There's the bird. Mine is at the top. I have my own server at the top, and then my server that just has me in it that I use to post images and links for myself.
Yeah, that's what I have at the top is the secret.
My secret server that I used the voice chat in the other day so I could have my Fugi.
Oh. You could upload emotes in that, and you'd have extra emotes that you could use.
But I already have emotes on my server.
But you could always have more.
Why would I want more?
You could have like Hime special only, like just for you.
I don't want to do that. That's a lot of work. What the heck is this? I apparently made it. I made a TTRPG channel for myself, and then on March 27th, 2025, I wrote Flicker Moonshadow, a stealthy rogue who slips through the cracks of the Grand Citadel. There's no other context.
I do that so often.
That's the only message in this channel, and there's no other context for it. What the heck does that mean? Who is that? What game was this for?
That's a late night Hime
on March
thing.
27th? Yeah, it was at 10:03 p.m. The heck? Who is that? That's so cool. That sounds really cool. But what was this for? Past me? Oh my goodness.
I mean, it sounds like a D&D thing, if I'm being honest.
Maybe, but was I playing D&D in March?
I don't. What? Oh, that's been so long.
No.
I think you were. You were doing, at the very least, you was doing the West Marches thing, right? Around that time?
I don't know. Maybe?
But you were playing a barbarian or whatever in that.
Yeah.
Or paladin. Some beefy boy.
Yeah. Yes. The random photos that I decided to upload in here are so funny. I'm like looking at it. Why did I decide on these? I guess I must have uploaded these so I could print them with my little sticker printer.
Yeah, I like to leave myself stuff so I can just look back later and give myself a chuckle. Like,
there's just so many things. Oh, I uploaded like photos of my driver's license. Oh my gosh. This is when I still wore those big color contacts. My eyes look funky. I don't like it.
you could wear Hime contacts.
That would be so strange.
Oh, you're the one with the eyes.
I know, but it shouldn't be that way like in real life.
Only okay in anime.
Yeah, only okay in anime.
Yippee!
I'm gonna give chat a pet. Here you go, chat.
So interestingly, I did just get audio for the chat's pats. I could technically.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Who is it?
That's because there is no audio yet. I haven't uploaded yet because I got it while streaming. So
that's funny.
Could I upload it and it work?
Maybe, but I have the stream muted, so I wouldn't be able to hear it anyways.
Yeah, I don't know what Colton did. I haven't listened to it. It could be anything. I gave him free license to do what he wanted.
Oh my goodness.
At the very least, I know he's not going to do something lewd,
Oh.
so that'll be safe.
Oh, the Covens of Midnight, by the way. I'm looking at the newest file, and yes, it is indeed still white text on a mostly black background.
Our poor eyes.
But there are some pages where it flips and it's gray. So there's, poor eye, poor printing. Oh my gosh, this print is gonna be nuts. I'm so excited for that game though, because I have been waiting to start the real thing until I have it in person, because it's one of those games that has to be in person. I think analog, fancy fountain pens, all that stuff.
Honestly, that is a really painful choice to be like, I'm not gonna do anything with this until I get the physical thing.
Yeah, I mean, I did a few streams of it, and actually that's how Ash discovered me, was from my Covens streams. But yeah.
Colton, I'm sure they'll hit the mark. You're very good doing voice stuff.
I'll listen to it later.
I trust you. Now I just need someone to do the head pat for me, so I don't have to ever hear my voice.
Oh my
That's the goal.
You should get Mary to do that one.
Yeah.
That would be so cute.
Have all my friends do the random audio stuff.
Yeah. That's what we'll do. That's what we're here for.
Mhm.
Random audio bits without asking. Yeah, or without needing an explanation.
Yeah.
Like, what's the context for this? Who cares?
We don't need context.
We don't need context between friends. Perish the thought.
But I am starting to get eepy and hungry because... Wait, no, I did eat today.
Ooh,
I think I forgot that I ate and it made me hungry.
that's fair. But also we've been stalling, not talking about break.
It's
and now,
break.
but now you've been streaming for 3 hours, which is a perfectly respectable time.
It's break adjacent. At least if we go by how I put stuff in my break folder.
It's true. That's true. I like how everybody is using these break adjacent, this adjacent, I think that's a meism that's been spreading. It makes me happy.
You are right, Ray. I should eat more than once a day, even though I don't.
Yeah, generally you are supposed to eat more than once.
I think we might raid Jelly because they are playing Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts is break adjacent. And there was talk about me playing Kingdom Hearts and then doing streams where I make stuff for break based off of what I played in Kingdom Hearts.
That would be really fun.
Yeah, let's make sure they're still going to be streaming. I've had a few encounters of raiding someone and then they... Ooh.
If they're not, then I have another suggestion. So no worries. Because it is a friend's birthday today.
Oh?
Yeah.
They seem to be still going strong. Okay, let's start this.
All right.
I appreciate all y'all being here, listening to us yap about break and all the tables Ray needs to do.
Sorry we signed you up for all the stuff that you have to write all of a sudden, Ray. That's we don't make the rules. That's just how it is.
Well, Ray knows at least 3 people that want to play break solo.
That's true. There's more than one.
Yeah. And this is how we get Ray into solo TTRPGs. We spread it.
True. He made a suggestion, maybe the reason why Twitch hates my... Really? Oh, what did you do, manager? That's... No, you know what? It is because you kept saying that you would only do this during the holidays. And now it is past the holidays and you're still doing stuff. And you're like, but it was somebody's birthday. It's always somebody's birthday.
Yeah, literally probably every second it's someone's birthday.
Yeah, but you keep expanding the VTubers you watch, and at this rate it's going to be somebody's birthday every week, and then what are you going to do?
That is a lot of VTubers.
That is a lot of VTubers.
A VTuber every week.
You don't We love you. We love you, but you also got to take care of yourself too.
Yeah.
I hope you're getting lots of fancy food, staying warm, getting to live well.
Mm-hmm.
Killer's always buying gift subs. Who's buying gift subs for Killer? Killer Flame. I'm buying myself many things too. That's true. You know what? You have been buying more TTRPG books, so I suppose it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's true. I did forgo about that. And I'm glad you are treating yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
Want to hear about your foray into the solo TTRPG world.
Join us.
But yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you for
listening to us
watching.
yap. It was a lot of fun.
Take care.
Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.